So beautiful. So weird. The effects not quite the same on film. So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone who's lost in the woods. You'll say a prayer.
Joshua 1:9. Have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. And we will pray. Father, we thank you that you're just so strong and mighty and that we don't have to worry about a thing when we know that you're on our side. If you're with us, who can be against us? We thank you for it all. We thank you for everyone here. We pray for your covering over this stream, that there be no interruptions or distractions, and that the Holy Spirit will give discernment to everyone who listens. In Jesus' name, amen. Good evening. We have 4 Facebook pages: Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, Antlers and Surrounding Areas; The Missing and Murdered Woman, WOMBMAN and Sons Center and Database; the Lead Tracker E Facebook page; and our newest one with the same title as our book, Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path. We also have a DVD available. It's Oklahoma Bigfoot Predator Watch, also by the same name as our Facebook page. That's $101, and we have gotten extremely good reviews and repeat customers on that. The new book is also called Predator Bigfoot and the Spiritual Warrior's Path. Oh, there we go.
Sorry.
And let's see. It's also about to come out in Spanish. The translation is getting completed, and we will have that out soon. We're very excited about that. And then we're currently working on a book very close to completion, and that is called Vessels of Hope versus Agents of Darkness. I'm not used to saying that title yet, but we're really excited about that one. That's going much deeper in the spiritual warfare aspect of what we do and what we train. We have an Etsy store that will be opening soon, and a website that will be opening soon, and we're excited about that. That'll allow us to put more photos and different things.
Are we going out of order?
Pardon me?
Are we going out of order?
No.
Okay, the first book is The Predator Bigfoot and Spiritual Warrior's Path.
Yeah.
The Etsy store now, the new Spanish version. Yeah. Okay. The new Spanish version of The Predator Bigfoot and Spiritual Warrior's Path is being translated. It's almost completed. We're just waiting on that. Then it'll be up. It is Pai Grande el Depredador y el Sendora del Guerrera y Spiritual.
Oh, see, he wanted me to say that title. That's what that was. I talked about the book, but I didn't say the title, the Spanish title.
And then our new book, the new Predator book is almost completed. Vessel of Hope versus the Angels of Darkness. And as Lead Tracker E was saying, that goes deeper into the spiritual. It's biblical. It is so much that we need to know and we can't just share it with a couple of people. This information needs to be out to everybody, so that we get the correct understanding of everything about these predators. Also, Tracking Miracles Encounters. That is with lead tracker E. She has Tracking Miracles Encounters. It's where if someone has an encounter, there's things that lead up to that encounter. And it's whether we're listening to God and all the signs that are put in front of us, from the alarm clock not going off to the dishes to being late for work, for being, it all calculates into that encounter of what we could have done to avoid that. And we show that in the things that we do.
And then and we also want to draw attention to the beautiful, miraculous things that God does for us in the ways that He protects us and saves us. So if you have any stories like that, we would love to talk to you on that, a segment of that show for that. Mm-hmm. We also have Standing Feather Stories, and that's gotten a lot of great feedback, and that's where Jerry Leadhorse Choctaw Williams shares his stories that you never heard, the behind-the-scenes stories of some pretty big events for the Native community and really for the whole country. He was the last man standing at Standing Rock, not one of the last man standing, and it's an amazing story. And then just also his journeys of being a protector and a guardian for the earth, and from his perspective as a Choctaw elder and medicine man. We really, I pushed him to get this series of videos out because some of these stories are just heartwarming, and some are frustrating, and all of them are very interesting. So we welcome you to look in our videos, in our live streams for Standing Feather Stories. That's on the main channel, and the Tracking Miracles and Encounters is on the Lead Tracker E channel, and that's almost to 400. So if you would go sub to that one too, so we can get it growing, because there's a lot of overlap between the two channels, and then we will always have a strong backup channel too.
I was thinking we could also move Standing Feather Stories to
that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And do that and double it up.
That's a good idea.
If you'd like to our Patreon members, we do appreciate you more than you know. But if you'd like to become a Patreon member, or the description's in the bottom, you can link in and help support the channel that way, or you can be or you could use Cash App or PayPal to get the DVD. That's the only way that we're the only ones selling that. It's not out in the public. But Cash App also helps us to continue with what we're doing, travel, food expenses, and things like that. But everybody knows what we do and where the money goes. So if you'd like to support and help us to keep going and bringing more of this content to you, you can support that way. Also, we have the super chat and super thanks. It's in it's a new thing for us. It's in the chat, but people have been able to help support the channel that way. And this is a tracker channel. Let's see, but everything anyone can help us with, as far as just being a Patreon member, or even buying the book on Amazon. We don't get a lot of funds for that, but it still helps us to keep going. But that book is more important for you. We're going to be talking a lot of people that we have interviews with. You're going to see that if they have this book, they've already got the answers, or they're already determined, or they're turning things around. But if you don't have the book and you're going through these things, it's going to continue. It's going to get worse. We don't want it to get that way. So stick with our channel, or buy that book, get that DVD. It's the quickest way we can get you help.
We do use any extra. We take care of ourselves, but any extra funds that we have, that's what we use to go help other people that are in bad situations with these predators. Mm-hmm. But the quickest way that we can help people, and they can be helping themselves, is through that book.
Yeah, and we'll do work. we got different things that we do to make money, and most of the time it's labor because we're too educated to work for. Well, I'm too educated to work for our tribe. I've applied for the cultural department as a
They
teacher.
literally told him that.
They told me I was overqualified, so I can't be hired because I'm overqualified. But we do other things so that we can raise funds so we can go somewhere else to help somebody else. Our tracker training course candidates, we're very proud of you. We want to say that every time we're on. You've impressed us more than you know. Some of the photos and the information that you're sending back. We just can't thank you enough for being in the course and learning as much as what you have already. It's your education is up here now, but we're going to go higher and higher and higher. And once you graduate, we're not going to worry about you. It's everyone else we got to worry about. But but the trackers, we know you know what you're doing. We know you know what you're looking for and how to deter and how to take care of certain things if you have to take care of those.
We love that you're so thirsty for knowledge, and you bring a lot to the table yourselves.
Now this is a tracking channel. It's not a entertainment channel. It's things that we do here, our life-saving information that people need. We're not the other kind of channels is what we're saying.
When we want to chat, we go into other streams where it's just a different format.
Yeah.
But here in this format, we try to stay real strict with the greeting each other in the beginning, save the questions towards the end, write your questions in all caps.
But this is not an open forum, is what we're saying. Try to hold this channel is for updates, interviews, tracking lessons, live tracking, videos, photos, tracker meetings, and tracker training course candidates. So this channel is used. It's even if you don't see us on a lot of times, we've got the tracker meetings, we got the tracker training course that we're teaching, and plus we got other things that we have to do with other people that we have to help with. We have live track schedules, so we're very busy. So we're doing our best to get you this information whenever we can. Monitors, axes, hammers, swords.
He loves saying that.
Get ready. I mean, we don't expect any problems because this is a different channel. We're just here to teach and give you the information with the interviews or the lessons. So we don't expect anything, but there's always one or two that prepared. May try to slip in to try to discourage or to distract others from the lesson or the interview. Though, and this is why we need our monitors to make sure that there's no chit chat, there's no conversations going. What color the new Coke can is not we don't need those conversations in. We need
topic specific.
We need people listening, and the difference between listening and hearing is that when you're listening, you have your ears going, your eyes, you're straightforward, you're paying attention. If you're hearing, you're going to catch this, you're going to go to the other room, play on your phone, change channel, check your email or something. You're not paying attention. So we prefer that you listen here, put your phones up, listen to these interviews, see what is going on. It's very important information. We don't just throw streams up. Every time we have a stream, it's for a reason. So no conversation starters, no trying to distract people from listening or getting the information from the interview. The comments will be read right after this in the beginning.
And we love that part.
Yeah, that's one of our favorite parts.
Yeah.
And also, sometimes in the middle, we may take a break. But if we get to a point to where we have a little time, we'll do the comments in the middle of the stream and catch up. But if not, then we're going to have the comments and questions at the end of the stream. That's for the guest or for the lesson, and it has to be on topic questions. Like we say, if we're having a topic on tracking on footprints, ridges, waves, directions, pressure, everything, and you ask a question about frequency, that question is not going to be answered because we do have other streams, other videos of frequency, DNA, origins, hair, everything. But here we just want people to listen to the interview, listen to what these people are saying, sharing this information to you. You won't get this information anywhere else. And then we'll have the comments and the questions at the end, and we will answer all of those, every one of them.
And if you would like and subscribe and share this out so that more people can see it. We really do deserve a lot more, a lot higher views than we get. We're not view driven because we are quick to block anybody that's a lot of trouble or gets confused, or tries to pass confusing information in here that's not part of our tracker training program. But we would appreciate getting more information out just so that more people can be safer. So if this is a value to you, please share it with other people.
And being on the tracker channel, we only designed this for about 10 people. We only needed to communicate with about 10 other trackers in 10 areas, except that there was more people who wanted more information, so they started subscribing and watching. We've got some subscribers that have been with us since the beginning, so they're way ahead of the, on the ball game as far as they know more information than the researchers. People are welcome to view this, but and, at the beginning we didn't say too much about likes and shares and things like that, but there's way too many people who need this information. And we got more people that want to do interviews and things like that who has ordered the book, but they had the same questions. It's the same pattern. Everybody's stuck in the same information. So if you can get this information out to someone else, it will help them and also help us get more information to more people. It's not a game out there, is what we're saying.
We just want to make sure everyone comes home safely and that they come home to a safe home.
Yes.
And welcome, everyone.
And welcome.
You can do comments yet?
Yeah, I think that's the other.
Oh, and if you need our P.O. box, it's 655 Antlers, Oklahoma, 74523. We have, now this was much earlier. Poor Sempre checked in. I don't think that they're here yet, but I told them hola earlier this morning, but hopefully they come back.
Yeah. And then the war chief.
War chief is here. Halito, Ocio, and hola. Jerry, lead horse, lead tracker E, warriors and friends.
All right.
Cubinator says good evening. Jerry and lead tracker E.
Oh, sorry. Everybody say hello to each other. Lorna's here.
Hey, Lorna.
Hey, Samuel Diaz. Hadn't heard that name in a while.
Hi, Samuel. Glad you're here.
All right, everybody say hello to Lorna and Samuel.
We won't read every comment, but each new name that comes in, or if something really catches our eye.
There's Wedge. All right.
Wedge.
Good to see you. Hello, Jerry, lead tracker E. Inator. It's supposed to be Cubinator. War Chief, Lorna, and Samuel.
Southpaw's here.
Where's Southpaw? ND Southpaw. All right. Gray Bear. I knew Gray Bear was going to be here. I think we talked a little earlier.
Night Stars is here with us.
Night Stars. All right, Night Stars. Good to see you back here again. Yeah. Everybody saying hi to you.
Somebody says Night Stars the third.
Where's that?
Graybeard. You highlighted it. Night Stars the third.
Night Stars is that the fire third? Fire brick third?
The third name.
Where's all these pink hands
Aliases.
coming from? Where's all these pink hands?
Sly Dog's back with us. Hi, Sly Dog.
Where's Sly Dog? Oh, there he is. There's a lot of pink hands going around. I didn't know I could do that. Everybody saying hi to Sly Dog again.
Judy's here. Hey, Judy.
Hey, Judy. I'm glad you're here.
Judy with some blinds back behind her house again.
Yeah, she's got some things going on too. Everybody saying hello to Judy and prayers.
Greetings and greetings.
Good, good.
Linda from Texas is
Linda,
here. Hey, Linda.
all right. She's saying hello to everybody. All right. The prayer warrior, they're calling you.
War Chief says, Jerry is a true hero and warrior of God. Amen.
Oh, thank you so much, War Chief.
Thank you, War Chief. Yeah.
Saying hello to Linda. Everybody saying hello to Linda. Graybeard and Linda's got that orange. Where are y'all getting that orange?
She likes that pink hand.
That pink. Well, you usually use any kind of hand. That's cool. I like it.
Yeah, I didn't mean Scott's life is here. Hey, Scott.
What? Scott's life is here too? All right. Graybeard, Cubinators, not stars. Everybody saying hi.
And if you're just lurking there in the back, don't be shy. Come in and say hi.
Yeah.
Even though we sound scary at the beginning, come in and say hi.
And you'll notice some of our monitors because they got this. It says, my tomahawk is sharp. And Cubinator said, I'm holding my sword. Let's see what. She said, I'm sure War Chief and I am sure Scott's life is on guard as well. All right. What?
Scott's life says no longer a mod. I don't think we
tried
to make you a
that
mod.
That was my fault because I was using my phone and I touched it and it went off. And I was like, how do I get this back?
We can figure out how to get you back on there. You will.
Yeah, and I think we have to do it through your phone.
Okay. Could I do it now? Or did it?
Oh
no.
Well,
I don't want to screw something up.
We'll fix that up.
But yeah, that's not on purpose, Scott.
No.
We'd love to have you. As a mod.
And that was just a you know when you touch something and you just kind of like, oh, what did I just touch? That's what I did.
Lyrical Jazzy's here. Oh, Shauna's in the room.
Shauna is in the room. All right. Shauna's got some activity also.
She's got some stories.
She's got some stories.
Lyrical Jazzy. Hi, girls.
All right, Lyrical Jazzy.
There's Mary.
There's
hey,
Cheetah. There's Cheetah. Everybody saying hi to Shauna and Jazzy.
Angel Isaacs.
Angel Isaacs. All right. We hadn't heard from you in a while.
Not in a while.
But it's so
She's
great
been
here.
busy.
She's a busy woman.
She says, I've been sharing your book. Thank you, Angel.
Oh, great. Thank you. We have War Criminal number 7. Or is it
War Criminal 7. War Criminal 7.
See,
Glad you're here.
I just touched another button and the whole screen. I didn't see it, but the whole screen went. Say War Criminals here. Everybody's saying hi to Cheetah and hi to Mary. Hi to Angel. Good. Hi to Jazzy saying hi to Scott and Cube. War Criminal saying hi Lead and Jerry to us. Everybody saying hi.
Everybody's saying hi to everybody. We'll get to that.
Everybody saying hi to War Criminal.
When a new person comes in.
War Criminal. Everybody saying hi to each other.
We love that you're all greeting each other and that everybody's friends here.
We do. It's good to see all that. Everybody's, I think.
Oh man, when the chat starts going, when somebody says hi and you gotta say hi, I can't keep up. I don't know how some people can keep up. I end up just having to do a wave. That's it.
And War Criminal says, I hardly ever catch y'all live.
Oh, you're busy too.
Yeah, you're busy too. We know. Scott does it every day, he says.
With pushing a button and something goes through. There's Fern. She says, I'm here. How do I get in?
Uh-oh. Well, we can also send it to you here.
We'll put the link in. Fern will be our guest
tonight.
What happened?
Okay. I almost ended the stream.
See what we're talking about?
I almost ended the stream.
Fern is our guest tonight. We'll introduce her in just a little bit, but
where I see. Oh, where she?
Yeah.
And War Chief is saying, "Evening, Mary." Fern is. How do I get in? I just put a link in the comment. Just go to that, and I think you have to put in the browser.
Click it and
click it. It should work like that.
And you may it should work. If it doesn't, copy that link and open it up in your browser.
Everybody saying hi to Fern.
And just follow the prompts.
Yeah. Evening War Criminal from War Chief. Judy saying hi to Jazzy. Lyrical Jazzy saying hi to Fern, and War Chief is, or War Criminal is saying hi to War Chief.
We gotta.
This sounds like
get confused tonight.
This is a good tracker channel. Everybody comes in with war, swords, hammers, axes, tomahawks.
But we also got an angel. And
Angels
are the biggest warriors. Really,
yes, you're right. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello. Linda's saying hello to everybody. Anyone?
There's the link just below there. There's the link.
And here's the link. It's in the right underneath Angel Isaacs at 7:33. Mary saying hello to Judy.
Hey, B's with us. Bernice is in the room.
Judy saying hello to Angel.
I'm skipping past the ones we already greeted.
Okay. Tracker B here. B is here. Good evening, Tracker
Glad
B.
You're here. Oh, and Dwayne is here too.
All
hey,
right,
Dwayne.
good.
Glad you're here.
Dwayne. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello to Bernice too. All right.
Diesel's here. Hey, Diesel says salute.
Diesel's way out there. There we go. Oh, we got to the bottom. All right. And everybody's saying hello to Bernice also.
Diesel puts out a lot of good videos. Diesel's he's extremely good at documentation for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't get to get in there very often, but I just see it pop up and I can, quickly I can see, he's good. He's good. So we're glad you're here, Diesel.
Everybody's saying hey to Diesel. Now put that link back in there again for you.
Where are you, Fern?
Where are you, Fern? So tonight we are going to have a very special guest, and we're going. Of course, everyone's special, but this is one of a person who's been with us for a while. She found us, and she's just like a sponge. She has. Let me see if I can fix this. That better? Or just too much.
Bernice says, "Wow, love all the hellos." War Chief's yelling at Fern. He says, "Fern, click that link." War Chief's on it.
Click that link, Fern. And what's up? And we're actually doing good on time because, Fern, you're still about 3 minutes ahead of time, but we are ready for you right now. So whenever you click that link and just follow the instructions, and you will be in the room with us. It's saying, hey, Bernice, and hey, Diesel. Everybody's saying hello.
She must be having a little trouble.
Well,
Fern is one of our tracking team candidates. She's in our tracker training course, and has she ever got some documentation going back years? Years. And
she's going to talk about all that.
She's filling in a lot of blanks after getting our book, and when we get the website out, we may have to put Fern in charge of the organization, because this is one organized woman.
Yes. So we have Fern with us tonight.
Here she is.
We're going to welcome her. And please be respectful and listen to the information that she's going to share with you. She has photos that she's going to also be sharing, but it's very interesting because she was on the same path everyone else is. Everyone has a certain amount of information, and she's going to explain that. A lot of people went through everything that Fern is going to be showing, but Fern's different. To me, Fern knows what she's doing. She's been doing this for a while. And so let's just welcome her. Let's just get her here.
Yeah, let's get her in here.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Fern.
Hi, Fern.
Hi,
Good.
sorry.
Hey, it's so good to see you and hear your voice.
We want y'all to know that Fern is the only guest we've ever had that gave us a script and cue cards. So that's how organized she is, though, because she wanted to organize her thoughts so that she could get everything out.
Yeah.
And it was so impressive.
And we wrote the notes down and everything. We got it. So
we'll
Okay,
do our best. We're not very good at sticking to scripts, but we'll do our best.
And that does help us out a lot, though.
It does. In your document, your photos. Let's get to it.
All right. So how are we doing, Fern? We'd like to welcome you. If you could maybe just kind of let the people know just a little bit, not too much, just enough to get us started about you and how you got into like the Bigfoot topic.
Well, for starters, can you hear me?
Yes.
We hear you great.
Bobby.
It's kind of staticky on my. But
we hear you very well.
You can? Okay. When was going to library, I considered Bigfoot exactly where it belongs, right? In the science fiction, fantasy, and nothing more. Right? Because I go hiking every day, and I never done it. So I got to be right. I would know. So it wasn't until my first encounter, and when I was introduced to them, by what I would later learn was an display. So where I was escorted and chased out of the woods, and there was trees coming down all around me, then that convinced me. Mr. Bindernackel had explained to me, he's a world biologist, and so I got my first book that he wrote on Bigfoot, and he was basing them to be a great ape. And so that was easy to believe, because isn't that what cryptozoology is all about? The study of unidentified creatures not yet discovered, and aren't there new discoveries every day? I thought. So anyhow, that was my thinking at the time. And most importantly, it went along with my belief that they were part of creation, one of God's creatures. And so since then, Mr. Bindernackel has come down. He asked to come along on some of my hikes, and I have taken hundreds of pictures of tracks and stick structures to know that they are here. Something is here. And besides the fact, there have been many encounters in our area. And more than that, I've had my own share of experiences, good and bad. And then they started even leaving me gifts. So then, like, they seemed to know I like rocks, so they would leave me rocks, some heart-shaped, a lot with faces in them. Some were elaborate, some were even sculptured. And they knew I liked tracks, so because they'd see me always running around looking for tracks, so they'd leave me a track, and I was all excited. And flowers, they knew I liked flowers. I would be hiking along, and then there would be a flower right on the trail, or like a huge maple leaf on a log held down by a rock. So, and then I would hear them speaking, like from a distance, not to me, but to each other. And I would even notice there was a deep male voice. There would be a softer tone. So all this made me start to think that maybe it was more than just an ape. So could they possibly be a lost tribe of people? Because there have been discoveries in Africa and stuff like that. So, and as a First Nations person myself, some refer to Bigfoot or Sasquatch as the wild man of the woods or the wild woman of the woods. So that made more sense. I felt comfortable with that. Let me think. Yeah. So let's see. Some of them. So if it was like, I don't know, I was starting to think that they were no longer an ape, but they were more, they could be human, right? It just started to make sense to me. But then something else started happening, something out of the norm. They started communicating to me using telepathy or mind speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so, but at first, like, I didn't recognize it. It would just be just a verbal thought in my head that didn't originate from me. For example, very early on, I was driving home, and I like to take the road that goes around town instead of through town. And I call it the scenic route because I like to drive down. I usually see deer or bears along the way. And so as I was driving, I have the radio going. I'm usually singing along. And then I'm peeking through the tree lines for Bigfoot. And then I heard a voice in my head say, "Look up." And I thought, I just like, I didn't understand this, because when I was scanning, I guess what I considered high was actually probably to their knees. But anyhow, it was years before I even realized what this voice was. I just kind of shook it off and ignored it. So
On that part, we're just going to say that they found a threshold, that these thoughts weren't yours.
yeah, but okay, but my question would be, I've got, and I know now, right? But my question at that time was either it's demonic, or what is it? I didn't know at the time. I'm trying to figure this out, right? But I just know that these voices, they were not big long conversations. They were just short, and that they didn't originate from me. But anyhow, so then at this point, my book collection was getting bigger. I had joined a lot of Bigfoot groups, buying a lot more Bigfoot books, looking for answers. But thankfully, I happened to come across your book. It seemed to have popped up into my Facebook. I don't know how.
Yeah.
And so it really opened my eyes to seeing them as they truly are. So it was nothing like I thought they were. So.
Have you had any recent activity?
Yeah, it hadn't been for a while, but again, driving home along the road, I go by hundreds of times. All of a sudden, there's some new structures that are there, and I sent you some pictures on that. And it's just like, I just live 10 minutes from the edge of town. I don't know if you got those pictures, but I call this.
I'm here in just a little bit.
Okay, so where my road goes down to the edge of town, to the highway, I call that the junction, where the road meets up. So it's got the four corners, and so it was 3 structures popped up, like just about overnight, on one of the corners, and a footprint, I think it is. So
are they on the same corner? Are they opposite each other, or?
They were on the same corner, on a corner that there's never been any before. I've been usually hanging out on the other areas, so I was quite surprised.
We're going to go back from script here.
Well, that's the only thing. We got so many photos, and some of them we didn't even get to load because there were so many photos.
I know.
That's wonderful, though.
But we picked out a lot of great photos in there, and we'd like to ask you about those if you wouldn't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what we're wanting to do is have you take us into your forest. So we're going to start with a couple of photos, and we're going to kind of lead into the forest, and have you explain the photos as we go through them.
Okay. That would be okay. On the edge of town, I take the highway down to the logging road, and this trail will go to like a waterfall.
We see the horizontal there.
Yeah, the horizontal that basically says, you know, it's like a what's it called? Rail.
Hmm?
Like a rail. We call that
There's a rope, right? That's a
yeah.
rope I got onto.
I got this on the phone.
You mean the rope?
Is that a
There's
okay? Is that for getting up that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's too far for me to see then.
There we go. Yeah, this rope is Fern's got her hand on the
I'm
tree.
gonna go grab my magnifying glass.
Here you go. Right here.
Yeah.
Oh, I was looking at it, I can't see.
It looks okay. Okay.
And then down below is the river. It's really steep.
And so we're I can see this track for sure, right next to your foot.
Mm-hmm.
And these are all in the same area, right?
They're all in this area. Yeah.
Okay. And you seem to have more kind of cryptid activity than just Bigfoot around this area.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is either a walking wolf or it's a big wolf up that way.
Ooh.
But there's also like it looks like old Bigfoot footprints in there.
I can't see. I'm gonna get on my phone.
You know what's interesting about these footprints right here? We saw them one night, me and a friend of mine, and then we went back the next day, and the logging company had cleared that road. They had, what do you call it? You know, cleared it, wiped it all.
There's a lot of reports in your area, right, from the towns, the reservation, or encounters.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, we've had quite a few, many. I'll mention it later on. Let's see.
Okay.
There, especially the main highway that goes through the reservation. There's been many sightings. Oh, in fact, we have 2 reservations. Like you got the highway cuts right through it, and so quite often, and it goes up the hill. You have one reservation up the hill, and if these people want to go walk down to see their friends on the other reservation, they'll take a cab. It's like a 5-10 minute ride, but they won't walk it because there's been encounters just that little stretch. In fact, I was just reminded me of something. I would pick up locals if I'm driving on that highway. So I had stopped and picked up 2 elderly men. They're in their 60s or so, and they were just going like up the hill. So I says, you know, I'd give them, you know, no problem. I was going that way. I'd give them a ride, and then they said to me, right where I had picked them up, it was because it's all bush along the highway. He said he finally told me. He said, there's always been something in these bushes, and so we hate having to walk by. And so that's probably another reason why the locals will take a taxi just to walk that little 10-minute walk or whatever it is.
I love your accent. When I was up north, you have that Canadian Indian accent.
It is a British accent. A little bit.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, do you ever say that sometime?
I hope not.
Oh, I hope not. Or a lot of them will say holy or holy. I just hear that voice in you. But you.
I was going to say in same stretch of highway. Like you just reminded me, there's a whole bunch of encounters. And then on that same hill, a friend of mine is a taxi driver, cab driver, and he was coming. Oh, in fact, he had gone into the reservation, to the one that was on the top of the hill, and he was turning around to come down to take these fellas to the other reservation, right? And as they were driving down the hill, he had to slam on the brakes because there was a Sasquatch that was walking across the highway. He said it's old, they call it the old man. So a lot of people have seen it. And he said he got so, he slammed on his brakes and it was just hunched over, and he walked over slowly to the other side. He said he was so close that he could see the wrinkles on his face, leathery kind of looking face with a big hunchback. Yeah, crippled kind of. And then this same cab driver, out of town, he was picking somebody up out of town, and then coming again onto the highway. When you're making that turn, you pick somebody up, then you're going to turn onto the highway. Right across the highway, there was a Bigfoot in the bushes, in the tree line, looking at them. So there was another one. Oh, there was, well, yeah, but there was.
Let's hear it.
But along the highway again, up on the bluff, there would be one just up on the bluff, kind of watching down. I know that bluff well. I haven't seen any. Also, there is a gas station there, and they all talk. There was 2 encounters up there. They all talk about the night staff. They're seeing a Sasquatch that was getting into the garbage dump. Yeah, let's see. Yeah. And then there was also on that reservation is a youth center. And so for some reason, I happened to hear the story about the mother that worked at the youth center. And then behind that is all woods. And then behind that is like the highway. She lived in the cul-de-sac, and her daughter was coming down to see her. Her daughter was driving the truck down to the youth center. And as she pulled up, she saw there was a Sasquatch right there when she turned onto the road, just a few feet away from the youth center. And so this is when they called the cops. She was so scared, they ran inside. They called the cops. The cops came, and then they okay, we'll take a look around. And they drove around, come back and said, oh, it was just a bear, So.
Did they lay eyes on that bear?
So right now they're in all the ambush spots, is what you're telling us.
Yeah, exactly.
The highways where people walk, the posters, the youth centers. Yeah.
Also, right at that lamppost where she saw it standing, right behind it, because I went to go check things out once I found out, and it's all thick bush. And there is, I found a what you call a blind. I didn't know what they were called, but it was, it was like a tree stand, the way the trees kind of grow, and you could walk right into it, and I could see it had the perfect view of the playground of the youth center. So
that's exactly it. And there is absolutely no good reason for anything to be parked outside where children are observing them. These are predators. I don't care if people think they just live on rabbits. They should not be perched around kids. It's unacceptable.
We also had an encounter right at that very spot. We would park at night after the youth center was closed. And so we were parked there, and we would get out and we would walk out towards the ball field, and then there was the woods right beyond that. And as we're joking around, being a little bit haughty, I don't know, but and all of a sudden we can hear something in the bush over there kind of growled or grunted and quite loudly at us, had us running back to the car.
Yeah, telling you that's its territory. So that's its territory all those kids are in, It's not,
Isolated area? Is this like a village, like in the middle of a forest and another village? Or is it isolated areas?
Kind
More
of.
forest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We've been noticing that they put villages right in the middle of the forest, and there's things already there. They're doing it today here too with new housing
a
developments.
lot. And the big box stores and stuff, or the Dollar Generals, even they'll back them up against the woods. And
is there any missing people or pets?
Well, let's see. Well, we also have cougars, right? We'd have missing cats, which when they did, which I'd have to say it was the cougars doing that. Oh, and yeah, we had a cougar right across the street from us that was hunkered down. So, yeah, because we're so close to the edge of town. And yeah, but we do have missing people. Yeah.
Mhm.
On the island, up and down.
Has anybody kind of even thought about it being a Bigfoot or anything taking the people? Or
No.
do they talk about bear attacks around there?
No. The bears no, not the bears. If anything, cougar, but it hasn't been a cougar. So.
So what got you to change your mind, or have you, that they're not human?
Ape, and they're not just another form of person.
Okay, I'm not sure if I got to that part, but yeah, it was when I started.
We'll back up, Fern. We got to get back on that screen so that you can stay in order of how you wanted to talk.
Okay.
Oh no, it
What's
was.
about?
Well, it was when I was starting to get these voices, and they were starting to. I was wondering about, and then I was joining the different Bigfoot groups that were out there, trying to find out what it might have been. I'm trying to think here. Yeah. But that was basically when it wasn't until I saw your book, basically, that things changed. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
Did it?
Oh, your book. Here it is.
Hey, that's like the picture. If you put it right there, it looks just like that picture.
You got that.
It looks just like, hey, yeah, it looks just like
Yeah.
this one.
My notes in here. Yeah.
Just like that one.
You look even happier today.
Hey, look at that, matches. But we're also, you've got some recent things going on as far as, I think this is your most recent, right?
That's the one down the road from me where I saw the new structures. There was a tree break, and there was like a bridge fallen. And I don't know what you call them. Yeah.
And we're getting to all those photos and everything you're saying, and I hope everyone stays with us till the end, because there's some amazing photos of what you're sharing. And but we wanted to get kind of like encounters or stories or things that are happening in your area first. because when you go into the forest, you've got some amazing photos, and we can't wait to share those. But a lot of people, like you're saying, some of these groups are putting up either the wrong information, or it's information that was just up to a certain level. It's like they just couldn't get, new information, or it's like everyone was stuck on the same information, and they were in all the books, they were in all the stories. It was, they were talking about that they could be human, they could be ape, they have families, they're vegetarians, they don't harm people, they just want to be friends. It was all information like that. We have no idea who put that information out, but people always blame it on the Indians. People always say that, well, the Indians say that they're good and that they're the forest people, and that, if you don't bother them, they won't bother you. But that's
Yeah, I think that they call them the wild man of the woods and the wild woman of the woods.
And from what you're saying in your area, the natives they're not looking forward to spend time with these. They're avoiding them. They're grateful for rides to get past them. And then, so they'll say, ask an Indian, and then the Indian try to tell you, and then you're like, no.
we don't want to talk to that.
Hear that? They're our friends. They're our friends.
Just like you, Fern, they would say, I don't want to talk to Fern. I want to talk to the Indian who doesn't know.
Yeah, they'll throw you out of groups if you try to tell. There's just like a concerted effort to shut everyone up that's trying to say, no, they're dangerous. They're dangerous. So, and you've seen that too.
Well, I say your book answered a lot of my questions, things that have happened that I had no idea. I was thinking
of books, and you say you have a big collection of books, and so.
Oh yes, I've had
we're great.
And lots of money on books, and
me too.
What I've read in your books, all this I've never heard before. Yeah, actually. Yeah, you give, you explain, like I've had things happen to me, but you explain the reasoning behind it.
It filled in a lot of blanks for you, so that's good.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get into your photos. I was just like itching, trying to.
But you can interrupt at any time and talk about any story you want.
Because I mean, you've got an active area. The native people there are saying, "I'm not." Well, they don't walk at night, do they? Through those areas, Fern?
Do they what?
Do the native people walk through those areas at night, or are they at home at night?
I don't know.
She's home.
Like I said, take a taxi. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know. I wouldn't be out there if I knew all these things were out there. No way for me.
And they're spilling out of the woods there with that many sightings. Yeah.
So, do you want to take us into the forest with these photos?
Sure.
All right.
You have a great smile.
You do. And voice. I love your voice. Okay, so let's start off with just kind of tell us where. I mean, we're going to lead into the other ones, but we're going to start off. We're going to start off easy for the people, I guess you would say, before we get to your good photos. So they're
all good photos.
Yeah, they're all good photos. So this is your tracking area, right? This is.
Yes.
It doesn't show up too good, but there's a huge face with that tree, that tall tree right behind you. That face is almost halfway the size of that tree.
Okay, it's interesting that you say that, because at that very spot was, it looks kind of dark there. It must have been getting evening. I drive down this logging road there. There's hundreds of trails on that logging road. And with my friend, we were driving by, and then we both noticed it. There was a shimmering in there right at that spot you're showing. And stupid me, all excited, I jumped out of the car and I went coming out of the trail now, but I went into that trail at night. And
before you had the book.
Yeah, that wasn't too smart.
And she jumped out of the car and ran into the forest.
I get it. I get it.
Everybody gets it, because that's also a trap that they use, but thousands, millions of people has done the same exact thing. You know, let me get that picture, or let me go see what that was.
Mm-hmm.
But here we go again. Where is this?
Okay, where is that?
Is
Well,
it
now, yeah, that's in the woods again, over by the junction, the same area. I just call it my backwoods. There's
Hold on, I'm gonna look on my phone.
The same area. I just call it.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to look with my.
so I'm not sure if that was something back there or not.
Okay, well, I blew it up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you the photo. And that's definitely somebody taking a peek at you.
Oh, wow.
Do you have big furry neighbors? That
Yes. A lot of them.
Yeah, that thing is looking around that corner, looking around that tree right at you.
Ooh.
I know, Fern, I know now you know what you're doing, but when I see these photos, I'm going, Fern, it's right. Don't go any further. Turn around.
Yeah, a lot of them were like years ago. Yeah, that's true. Before I knew.
I'm so glad you got the photos, though, because that one definitely. And there's more photos, and we blew up a couple of photos that you sent in. Let's see this one now. Hey, I like this. You look good there, Fern.
I go hiking. Like, I just love it. I go every day, a couple of times a day. Winter, spring, summer, fall. It all looks different. Looks beautiful.
Mm. Yeah. So I didn't put the sign in there because of location.
Thank you.
I just shortened it a little bit, but let's check this out, Fern. Right there in the back. You see that? That dark, right? About 3 foot off of that tree, off to the left of it, there's that dark spot.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna blow it up again. Oh, hold on, wrong one.
Oh,
wrong one. Wrong. Let me
picture, yeah.
Let me get it. It's 1, 2. Maybe it's this one. No, maybe it's no. Give me 1 second. I know I got it.
We just accidentally got it out of order.
And I don't want to accidentally put another one up there because you got so many good photos. Oh my goodness, where'd it go? No, that's not it. That's not it. It's supposed to be right in here. Oh my goodness.
Well, is it in your phone? You sent it?
Yeah. We'll come back to that one because I got it in my phone. Give me just a second.
Are there a lot of homeless people in your area?
Yeah, there is. Remember a little while ago I had sent you pictures. Oh yeah, and I found a pillowcase, a brand new one, still in the bag. And I was showing that to you. You were asking about the homeless. And then on top of that, Jerry had noticed, I didn't see them, but Jerry pointed out the dark spots on the tree at the base of the tree. I was that close.
Oh yeah.
I just thought that was interesting because I mean, I'm always out looking for Bigfoot, but I mean, I'm looking for 10-foot Bigfoot. They're big around here.
Yeah.
And you're telling me that they can be as small as,
I mean, they
what?
start small and they grow bigger, you know, like so they're going to be every size in between. And they also get much bigger than what people think. They get much bigger than 10, 12, 13 feet tall. There's larger than that. Do you hear about that kind up there?
Have you heard of the 40-footers up that way?
No way.
are so mercilessly razzed on talking about even the smaller ones that there not very many people are willing to even admit publicly that they've seen all the way up to 40 foot.
Okay, I found this one, but it's not cropped the way I wanted it. But let's see if we can bring this up. This is where we were, and that's that mark in the back. Let's see if we can bring that up. There we go. Can you see? You may have to just take a second. The nose, the eyes is basically all you're going to see right there. Can you see that?
Yes.
And that was watching you, and all those corners that you're at, every corner is going to have some kind of a blind where they're going to watch. And so while you was looking that way, they were in the back right there watching.
And anytime you see anybody clearing any land too, they'll always throw up some new structures at the edge, you know, to set the new boundaries.
So let's it's still snowing, so let's look at this one here. Now, to normal people, this is just a wood line or wood. But when we blow things up and look at what we're looking for, we've got one standing out there in the distance, and I'm not sure exactly where you were, but
yeah, same in the backwoods, my backyard.
This is all in the same area?
Yeah.
But those woods would be hard to clear out, wouldn't they? There's so much vegetation, and it just looks very hard to clear things out.
Is that for it? Park? Is that?
It's not a park.
It's just all reservation land.
No,
yeah,
it's all woods. You know, forest.
Who does it belong to? All that land. Like, is it parks or it's part of the reservation? And
not reservation, not parks.
Probably private property,
property then.
Or loggers have.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so here we are in more of the woods. Let's see what this one is. Oh, wait a minute. Let's see if I can get the whole thing. Oh, well, this was one of the photos you sent in. I don't have the full one, which I should have put that up first so we can see the whole thing. But this was off in the right side of the bigger picture. But I came into where the dark figures were, and this was the first one that I seen. Some people have to let their eyes unadjust, but you can see the pointed ears on this one, and the snout, the eyes, and the body is in front of a tree.
Big eyes?
Well, you see the dark pointed ears?
Okay.
About an inch from the top of the screen in front of that tree.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay, those pointed ears just kind of follow it down to the eyes and that little snout.
Yeah.
But there's a couple, but these were the best ones that we could get. This is a tree that's right next to it. There were two trees. Now, if you look where that log is going across it, and right where that log goes across it, look at that other tree. You're going to see another face that's in front of that tree, but behind that log. Can you see that face?
Yeah. Yeah.
And here's another one. It's the dark area, but if you look at that very dark clear area, I wish I could have blew it up more, but there's another face right there. So that one is one for sure, but it looks like there's another one beside it, but it's a little further out. But at least we could get the face on this one. Can you see that face right there in the middle?
Yeah. Dark.
Yeah, yeah. And hopefully we can blow it up, and maybe for class we'll blow it up a little bit better. Now let's take a look at
Your trackers course training.
Yeah, yeah. Remember, we're gonna have bridges and all those things that we're gonna be showing that for the homework and everything. And this is just about what we're about to show right now. The area you're in is just so thick with that vegetation. These things can hide anywhere, and they got their tunnels, they got their caves, but you're finding all of this stuff out here.
Well, you had me going up there the other day looking for these the bridges.
Just another hike, Fern. But you're more informed.
But we was looking for certain things, and you went and found exactly
We asked you to.
these things, and you have more, but these are some of the better ones. But all these areas, if a lot of people don't know, these are ambush areas. These are what we call bridges. They let the animals go across it, and they have a trap on both sides, and they have a trap underneath. We're gonna. Where was this photo? This I'm sure it's all in the same area, but this one. I couldn't tell if it was like a panther looking thing but it's definitely black and small ears is what I'm seeing.
It was the dark and the two eyes that I saw.
Yeah. I can barely see the ears.
Yeah. Oh, now I see them on top of the head.
Now this next photo is kind of really dark, and I hope you can see it. We're gonna have to let our eyes kind of unadjust for a second. Let them unadjust, but right at the very bottom where the dark starts, if you follow that little stick up maybe about an inch, that's actually a tongue, but it looks like a light blur, but that's actually a tongue right there. And if you follow that stick up a little higher, you're going to see an eye. And I know it's hard to see, and I hope
I can
see it.
Okay, but it was you're finding everything. I mean, the photos you sent out, I was like, man, this.
And you probably have to scratch the surface of all your photos. You're going to be revealing things for years.
And see, some of the photos we're showing out, they're a little harder to see, but we're getting into the clearer and the better and the bigger and the bigger. And you just have so many amazing photos. Of course, you're having all these. You're picking up lines. Yeah.
How tall was that tree, Ray?
Probably bigger than me. So.
Yeah.
So over 6 feet.
And we're looking at all these, and this is another bridge that you sit in. But it looks like someone had put down a regular plank, but these other sticks, those are predators. And wherever there's a bridge, there's going to be.
We want to look around there for the ambush blinds.
And those sticks lead right to that ambush blind.
Oh, you mean right there?
Yep, that bridge leads right to it.
And then also up underneath there, you would want to look for the embankment blinds dug out.
Oh yeah, that too. But here, that's where this picture comes from. It's that one. Then we went in a little closer, and then we went in just a little closer, and that's where we found that one with the mouth open and the eye, and we could just barely get it. But I was hoping you would be able to see that one too.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the bridges that we're talking about. Can you tell us where? Well, I guess they're all in the same area. So
Yeah.
And for people that have any problem with the red arrows, get over it.
Yeah, you're on the
because
wrong.
everybody can't see. It's the quickest way to show somebody where to look.
And you're on the wrong channel if you're gonna
Yeah.
do anything anyway. So we're gonna blow this one up on the left first,
Okay.
and we can see the snout, the eyes, like a little fluffy ear or a round ear. It looks more like a bear Bigfoot kind of. But you see the rounder head is there's a green leaf or a limb or a leaf that's going across, but the whole head is also behind that green leaf. The rest of the head.
Oh.
Or the of it.
Mm-hmm.
So the nose is there. Now we're going to look at the one on the right.
All right. Okay.
And there's actually two there. I did a little circling just to help the viewers out. But that one's got a big mouth on it and a big nose by the tree. And the other one, you're just getting like the eyes of it. But that one, you're getting the whole side view of this Bigfoot. Now, it's just, who goes with you, Fern? You're not alone, are you?
I do hike a lot by myself. Yeah.
Okay. But we feel better now that you can see these things that you know,
Mm-hmm.
and the smells, everything. Because even in the
By myself on that one.
You what? What did you?
She was by herself on this one too. On this one too. And the terrain here is just, and of course we didn't get all the photos in because these are holes, right? These are tunnels that go underneath that, right?
Hmm.
Or did you get close enough to it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, those are, we kind of blew them up, and there's tunnels, there's holes down through there. Let me see if I have.
People don't know that a lot of times there's different openings, and they can peer out a small hole here, but there's an opening back over there somewhere. They just need observation windows.
Yeah.
You know.
And this one, this is our superhero photos right here. Fern looks like she's just gonna jump over that, and those
She
are
did.
bridges. Those
She did. She leaped.
And those are ambush areas, and she looks like the Superwoman climbing over these things.
Well, now I know that was a long time ago.
So, but what we wanted to show you here was this is a little further back. This is a little closer. And then we're going to show this one. And I hope you can see this outline. That shadow.
Yeah.
The darker the dark.
Yeah.
I can barely see a face, but it looks like it's kind of humped over. But it also looks like there's two there. One in front of it, a little lower, and one behind it.
Right.
Okay, good. I'm glad you can see that. But it was right here, Fern. Can you see that shadow also?
No.
Just to the left of you, straight ahead to the left.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I see.
And that's where it was.
Hmm.
It was, and we're going to find these things right where all these bridges are. Here is, well, let me show the bigger one first. And this is another bridge that you sent in, another photo. But if people were to look at right underneath that bridge, right to the right, you're going to see that jaw. You're going to see
Yeah.
that nose, that jaw. The eyes is kind of blacked out because of the shadow, but they stuck their face out to see because Fern was looking the other way. And they do that. They'll,
Yeah,
huh?
I had no idea. I just, I had
Your
just,
sweet little back turned to him.
I was just posting that picture on my Facebook, and then you send it back to me with that. It's like, wow.
Yeah, we've seen this and we're like, hey, then we went, hey, hey, there's something back there. And then you had this one where it may be closer to your home.
That's right. Those are like 3 months apart.
Oh,
I take that hike like just about every day, and there's a big log, a huge log, that once I climb the hill, I gotta sit. So I would sit there, and then I would just take a selfie, look behind me, and these are what shows up in the pictures.
and they're all different.
Yeah.
I have one. I don't have it on here right now, but I have one to where I circled those little where the faces were, and every one of them was different. I was like, well, this is in a different area, this is a different area, this is a different area, but they were all the same picture. And so that was what I was wondering, if it was different times, or and I should have noticed by the hairstyle.
With different hats.
And yeah, oh, different. So let's see. Okay, I like this one right here.
Oh.
But do you see what I circled up there?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna try to blow that up a little bit better. Can you see that?
My.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna blow it up a little bit more.
Wow.
So now this is one of my, well, you got a lot of good ones, but this is one of my favorites also. And I'll let you explain this because it's a wonderful photo. Well, these are predators. I don't want to say
Impressive photo.
Impressive. I don't want to give them credit whatsoever, but you're a great photographer. How about that? We'll go with that way. If you could explain to the people about this one.
Oh, okay. So that is it's way out the highway up at the lake. We have some property up there. My husband's parents lived there. Now they passed away, so our daughter moved in, and behind the house is a lot of I don't know, hundreds of miles of woodlands, and she's a jogger, and she goes jogging up there every day. She takes the dog and she'll go running, and she phoned me up one day. She says, "Mom, she can hear something in there. We haven't talked about this, and she was too scared to go by herself." I says, "Okay." I went up and I joined her, and sure enough, as we're along this one piece, she's ahead of me, but I hear something kind of behind me. So I only had time to stop, take a picture, and keep going. And it wasn't until I got home that I seen these pictures. Yeah. It's a family of 3. You can see on the left is like a young one, I think. And then looks like the mother in the middle. And then the father is standing behind the tree watching. He's got some sort of a light under his chin.
Yeah, I see that.
It's just, yeah.
And you know, it's kind of amazing when people say there's no good photos out there. Mm-hmm. And this is one of the most clearest. I mean, I just can't believe some of the people out there. But we also, you know, we know about the translucent. We know how to use the shadow language, how to, you know, find out what it is. But this one right here, this is one of the ones that you sent in. I've seen it on Facebook before, and it's a very good photo. And I just wanted to show this one also and ask you about it.
Okay, well, I was going to get to that. Hang on. It's
Okay.
hang on. It was that kind of had me kind of baffled, because it wasn't until I read your book there on page 56. You describe how Bigfoot can look like a solid flesh and blood one moment and then look like the object behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm seeing a Bigfoot and I'm also seeing a tree. So is it the tree that's going invisible, or is it the Bigfoot? So I first thought it was like behind that tree, because that's what they like to do. Try to look invisible. I was thinking, but what if that Sasquatch is in front of the tree? Then we are seeing through that Sasquatch.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe he's in the process of cloaking.
Yeah.
Because you talk a lot about translucency and camouflage, and how their hair can be transparent. So, which I didn't know.
Let me.
I'm going to read that paragraph on that page. It's under preferred habitat, page 56 in the book.
Yeah.
We talk about it in other spots too, but for this, the third paragraph down, people do not know about the translucency or how the hair bends light to hide the physical, to look like shadow people, or the movements to watch for. The predator Bigfoots and predator Bigfoot hybrids can look like wallpaper. They can look like eyes on the wall, eyes on the wall or protruding from the wall. They can look like solid flesh and blood one moment, then look like the object behind them.
Oh, wow, Fern, you're word for word. You've done some studying. But I want to show you also, and we
marked up here.
I can see that. You got bookmarks, everything. And that's what that book is for, actually, just so people have those references.
We use it like a course book, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. But I also want to show the viewers also other photos real quick of the translucents. Some ones that we got too, just two quick ones.
So they know what we're talking about.
So that, yeah, and we're looking for those hot heat wave look kind of, but they can look like glass. They can look for like anything behind them. Let me show those pictures real fast. And of course, Fern has seen these. But when they're translucent, they can look like that limb behind them. Looks like you're looking right through them. And there's another one of the tree look behind them. Just like your photo here. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And that's a big one. That's a
healthy.
Yeah, that's only one there. Usually you'll see another head or something, but this is just one big one that's sitting right there. Here's another one I wanted to ask you about. Let me get up. It was on one of your bridge pictures. But of course I had to take some out because they only let me load like 60 photos or something. But this was another photo that you sent, and this was just off to the left of one of your bridge pictures. I hope you can see that one. There's two or three actually bunched in there, but the one that's really visible is off to, let's see, if you look at your screen, it'd be to the right. Now, if we were using grids, it would be something like 50-50. It'd be over there, about that height weight. If we're using a graph, it'd be like you know what I mean, Fern?
Yeah, yeah. We just did graphs. Yeah.
0, 5, 50.
I did it again. But it's just up there. It's looking at you. It's got its elbow up on a branch or a rock or something
Yeah,
there.
yeah. His left elbow.
It's just looking at you like, oh,
Here she is again
there she is
on her
again.
daily walk.
Now this next one, like people say, there's no good photos of Bigfoots and things, even though you've shown plenty of photos of
And the fact that we know people and that we've had them disappear, and that we know people that they take up the good photos. But
oh, yeah.
even with all the ones that they take and they get rid of and they disappear, or they don't allow you to put out, there's still there's no shortage of good pictures.
Mm-hmm. Now this one, I saved this one for and we can only load so many. But I like this last photo, and then we're going to do the comments, and then we want to ask you some more questions. But this photo right here, it really stands out to me.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at that one. And I don't know how close you were to this one.
Oh, oh, I think the next picture that I showed you that went along with it, if you have that one.
I don't have that one.
We don't have that one loaded.
I had I sent that one. I sent you this one along with the area of where I took it, because again, it's down the road here, and my husband and I have had adopted a trail, and so we're out there. It gives us something to do. We're out there clearing the trail. There's a lot of Scotch broom, if you know what that is. It's a very invasive plant, and so
that yellow one there.
Yeah, the yellow is so pretty, but it takes over everything. So we've been clearing it, and then once we clear it, then all the wildflowers come back, and the berries and the grass. So this is what we've been doing. And so that's it. Yeah. So and then you see, then there's a fork in the road there.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fork, the one on the right, well, the one on, if you stay on the trail, the road, it goes forever and ever, and hours and hours and hundreds of miles. But there is that side trail that takes you up the hill into the woods to join with the main trail. But this is like a back door in. They call it, what do they call it? But so there was a sign up there, and the sign got worn out. So my husband painted up a new sign, and we were there that day to post the sign. And so I was standing back taking pictures, and I didn't realize that until I got home. Yeah. And the bigger picture, there's actually two of them. They're actually cheek to cheek. And took me all day to try to find the other picture, because they're kind of like forehead to forehead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You just got some amazing photos. I can't. And people are saying there's no good photos. You've got photo after photo after photo. Let me run a couple up here. I mean, just photos after photos.
My hair.
I was just showing some of these images because you've got some great photos, and these things are in your area, and you're still getting the best photos, the best images. Has anyone ever considered you a researcher?
No, I don't consider myself a researcher. No, I wouldn't.
So you're better than most of the researchers that that write those books.
But it's funny, 'cause even when I do show people them, they don't see it.
Yeah.
So
Some people just aren't ready to see it. Some are unwilling to see it. Some are never going to believe. And some just genuinely have a hard time seeing it. A lot of times they're looking too close and can maybe move in or out. But
Everybody's excited, Fern.
we're going to catch up on comments. real
Let's do
quick.
comments and then if anyone has questions for Fern or wants a little bit more information or to see another photo, go ahead and put that up. But we're going to go through the comments, and especially if you got comments for Fern, she is here ready to answer. Everyone's excited to see Fern.
Jody said, "So exciting! Hi to everyone. Welcome, Fern."
Let me do it again. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Cube said, "Hi, Jody."
Oh, actually, look at War Criminal.
War Criminal, thank you so much. He says, "Thank you for all the work you do."
And your
Thank
audio
you,
was
War
kind of
Criminal.
distorted at the beginning, but it cleared up. It's
Yeah.
all better.
Yeah.
Oh,
Southpaw
okay.
says having a hard time hearing it. That's
Yeah.
that's taken care of. War Chief says scientists can be wrong too. Yeah. How many booster shots did you get?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Graybeard. Did we skip Graybeard?
War-
Better audio.
Yeah, he just said better audio.
War Chief says I don't trust science.
Mm-mm.
We'll skip down a little bit. Cube with an excellent point. Science is paid for, so not neutral, not even by any stretch of the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
War Chief says this is a great review, brother.
It is. Fern's got so much good stuff here.
War Criminal says agreed. Some science is meant to keep our minds in a box. No independent thoughts. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Bob's here. Hey, Bob.
Bob,
Bob will
showing
also
up.
be a guest before very long. I don't remember the date, but it's coming up
Next Sunday.
next Sunday.
Sly Dog has came. All right. Diesel says.
Diesel says we're the invasive species. Wrong
No.
channel for that, Diesel.
No.
You'll never get agreement with that.
No,
The
those
humans
things,
were here first.
Yeah, we were here first.
But we're not on the same page there at all as to what they are and what they're made up of.
Yeah.
Bob says, Cube Linda Ward. Oh, where am I?
Oh, saying hello to everybody.
Bob saying hi. Diesel says, my grandpa was native, even had a wolf as a pet for reals.
Yeah.
My midwife had a wolf for a pet. Man, that was a cool dog.
But we've become accustomed to predators.
Yeah.
You know, you're really accustomed if you have a wolf for a pet. If you have a crow or a raven for a pet.
But they
or
weren't the
even a
original
hawk
design.
Or an eagle. Yeah, it's not the right imprint. Oh, thank you, Jody.
If you read our book, Diesel, or just watch a lot of videos, you'll understand more where we come from and why we say what we say.
Mm-hmm.
Jody, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jody. And we're glad Jody's back. She
And not just because you did a chat super thing. We're just always glad to see your name. Southpaw says, oh, wow, I see the face.
Oh, yeah.
Scott's Life says, look at that face.
Look at that face.
Bob says, I have a 40 to 50 foot one here. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where's that at, Bob?
He
Okay,
said
Crown Man. Yeah.
You got to understand, Fern's native. We have a problem with saying crown land. Well, it's here.
Did you hear her stutter? It was hard to even get out.
Like, yeah.
Linda said, Bob, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Cuban
Where's Bob?
Bob's up in Canada, around your area.
BC, isn't he? He's in BC.
Oh, okay.
Activity up in some of that same area you're at.
Mhm.
So he knows exactly what you're talking about.
Linda says, Bob, that's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
Cubinator says, white eyes, just like the Yowie hybrids here. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, that's in
Cubinator.
Australia.
There you go.
Hey, Bernard Fox
Bernard,
is back.
we're
All
glad you're
right.
back. He says hello to everyone as well.
Let's see what.
Linda says, I'm Ella, for those that don't know, identified a 30-foot a 30-footer in a picture of one that was in my neighbor's yard.
Yeah.
I'm glad that one is gone. It stayed for weeks.
And that's in Houston, Texas. That's
We're
right in the
talking-
middle of Houston.
Yeah, like
In the middle of the biggest city, there's structures, Bigfoot, missing people,
yeah.
and nobody
They
knows.
are no longer only in the far north, up in the middle of the forest. They have advanced into both. Humans have advanced into their areas, or the areas where they live, and vice versa. Bernard says, "Hello, moderators, Cube and Linda."
Moderator.
Southpaw says that one looks kind of like a gargoyle to me.
Yeah, there was some in this picture that just had different. There was different kind of DNA being mixed up through there. Some
Yeah.
had pointed ears, some had small pointed ears, some had rounded ears, spots, big faces.
That's why we don't get hung up on trying to name each individual one, because they're continuously mutating, and it's just the configuration of each one, what's in it, how much DNA is in it, what kinds. Bernard says, "I would see eyes as a child peek through my bedroom wall. They were white, glowy eyes. I was on a second floor from ground. Never knew it could have been a Bigfoot. Was early 80s time frame, Missouri."
Oh, and I hope
Hey,
people
you had to go through that,
hope
Bernard.
people believed you if you were able to
Yeah,
tell.
that
some
had to be
people.
very scary. A kid's tendency is to throw the blanket up over their head. Grown-ups do it too, and that's a form of creating a threshold.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that the house I lived in or was raised in was like that. And sometimes I would put my entire sheet over my head and tuck underneath my feet and try to ball it up as much as I could just to make it through the night. It was one of those
Yeah.
homes.
Ours were always the same. Yeah, always. Night
Stars. All
Super
right.
sticker. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Night Stars.
Really appreciate it. War Chief says,
Thank you, Night Stars.
"Thank you, Night Stars."
Linda says that is
Linda from Texas,
Yeah.
and we're excited too, because this will help us get up to Mary's sooner.
Oh yeah, we gotta get.
We
up there.
got to get back to Mary's and clear some blinds out of there. It wasn't the right weather and didn't have a chainsaw and stuff to be able to do it the last time we were there, but we plan to go back as soon as we can. So we really appreciate you guys. Linda says, "Wow, Bernard, that's scary." We really hope somebody listened to you, Bernard,
Yeah.
at that time. Cubinator says, "Unnerving experiences, Bernard." Scott's Life says, "Thank you, Fern."
Thank you, Fern.
Lorna says, "Hi, Bob." Linda says, "Thank you, Fern." Rhett Mitchell.
Rep Mitchell.
Hi, Rhett.
Hey, Rhett.
Friend Fern. That's for Fern. That's not for
Fern
us.
is bringing in fans. Well, welcome to the channel, Rhett.
She says, "You have been great."
She is great. This is the most organized woman. It's just unbelievable.
Oh, okay. Wait till graduation. Then
Yeah,
ask
and,
some candidates if they would like to
You
join the team.
Well, Rhett would know. He's been up here to visit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Glad he's here. Come back anytime, Rhett.
you're more than welcome here, Rhett. If you Fern,
I got him on the site.
good.
Good.
And if Fern says you're a good person, that's all we need to
We
know.
take it. Angel says that was an excellent show, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Angel.
Thank you, Angel.
Have a good evening. Don't be a
Yeah.
stranger.
Yeah.
There's still more to come.
There is.
Oh yeah. Lorna says hi, Rhett. And Rhett says hi, Lorna. Everybody's greeting Rhett. Lorna says, "Thank you for sharing your photos." Shauna says,
there.
"Thank you for sharing, Fern. Great pictures." War Chief says, "Evening, Rhett."
Evening, Rhett, like Butler, right? Rhett Butler.
Uh-huh.
I remember that one.
Yep, that's a nice name. We
Is that
like
how you spell
name.
it?
That's a cool name.
Hey, that's how you spelled it.
It is how you spell it. Cubinator says, "Fern, this is an awesome interview. You're doing great."
You are so much.
Shauna sent
Shauna,
a super sticker.
oh,
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
Shauna.
Shauna.
Wow, you guys are, wow. We've never
And-
had that many in one stream
I
before.
know. And Rhett says he is very glad to be here to see Fern. That's awesome.
Bernard says, "I never told anyone. First time tonight." Wow, Bernard, I just got chills.
Hey,
Well, we're glad that you could get that out, and we absolutely
Yeah.
believe you.
and we know exactly what you're talking about.
Personally, yes, personally, we all do.
Here
Or,
we,
I mean, several of us do.
here we have permission to shoot walls.
Luckily, we
if
haven't had
there's
to, if need be.
if there's a shadow or something that looks odd, we have the permission from each other to shoot.
We can make repairs if you're in danger.
We can plaster that.
Yeah.
You know, we'll take care of that.
Bernard says, just make sure the other one ain't on the other side of the wall. We're pretty much always in the same room anyway.
But we're glad that you're able to get that out, Bernard.
Yeah, seriously.
Doesn't need to be kept inside.
And Bernard, if there's more you want to talk about or tell or anything, get a hold of us.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He said, never thought people would believe me at that time.
Yeah, and chances are good they would know, Bernard.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I mean, people didn't believe us far too many times and still don't. We still have people rolling their eyes and mocking, and I guarantee there's some in the stream that may, but
we could take people to them, and Fern could take them to them, and people could, show them. People don't
know until they know. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah.
Rhett says Fern is the sweetest and most honest person I've ever known. We can believe that.
Well, we've got a great tracking team then, because we're all that way. We just.
Shauna says thanks for sharing, Bernard.
Oh yeah.
Bernard says I will tracker E. Thanks. Good.
Yeah. That can't be held in.
Yeah. And Nightstar says, Bernard, is that caught up then?
Mm-hmm.
So Fern has more stories, right?
Yeah, we're back with Fern.
Oh, yeah. We weren't done yet. That was just the end of the pictures we were able to load. And now we're just going to let Fern talk.
Yeah, tell us everything. There's a lot more going on.
And you can even read my script for me if you want to, Fern, or just go down. Listen, because we can't be on that screen at the same time as we're on this one. So
look at all these good photos.
Hey, Ella, that's what held me up, was that I've got two different devices. I had everything on one device, and then I forgot I had to put this up, and then I couldn't use the device with all the pictures and all my stuff in it. So then I had to jiggle things around, and it's a lot.
There was still a couple of photos that
you did go to, and thank you very much. You took this interview very seriously, and you provided you went way above and beyond to help us, be organized with it and everything.
Oh yeah, definitely with that. But you've had more photos and more actual proof, I guess you would say, than we've seen
compiled from one person.
Actually. Most of the researchers out there that we know of doesn't have this much.
The amusing thing is that you didn't even know a lot of us that you even had until you looked for, until we looked and dug into some of those pictures. You didn't even know what all you were collecting there. But we're going to be quiet now and let you just talk. You know how we like to do. We don't want to interrupt you. We would really like to just save questions for the end.
Mm-hmm.
And we would like you just to talk. Even if you want to read the question, if you just want to read straight off your thing, because that's easier for you, and read your question that you wanted me to ask, you can do that too, because I don't have it in front of me. I couldn't.
Okay, so you were asking me what was it in the book.
Yeah, I'm going to show it. And I can't read this, okay?
Those are my notes.
What? I mean, I just found your book. I was learning so much. Every page, it was like an aha moment. It was just like, now I get it. It's this and it's that, right? Like a long time ago, way back when I was starting, like on page 17, you talk about chutes that were being built to funnel and corral the prey to an ambush area. And so looking back, I realized I was that prey. I didn't realize that there was two separate times that I kind of walked into two traps and didn't know until I was in it, but I was just out in the woods by myself. And at this one time I came across a field of grass, and then I soon spied a trail through the grass that was all bent, going in the same direction. So it was going forward. So I was following it. I thought, well, this is great. I'll see how far. And, you know,
Yeah.
and so, and then it got up to the tree line, it got into the trees. And I remember the tree. It was a huge, majestic cedar or fir. I don't know my trees. And with the branches that hung down to the ground, touching the ground, and then they curled up once they got to the ground. So I was just head down following this track inside on my little adventure. But then instantly, all of a sudden, I found myself in the middle of in that tree with the branches, like all around me, like, and it was coming in on me, squeezing me. And I thought, well, how did that happen? And I couldn't get out. I was starting to panic. It's like I can see freedom all around me when I was looking through it, but this tree was like suffocating me, and it was somehow hugging me close. And then I was getting all tangled up, almost choking, and the branches were getting tighter. And then thankfully I always have a knife with me, and I was able to cut my way out. But then through it all, I mean, I can laugh about it now, but after reading about your predator Bigfoot traps, I can look back and I see things in a new light. And I believe I was that prey, but I believe I was a victim maybe of a young one, maybe just a young juvenile who was just learning the ropes. And, you know, the parents said, well, here, try this out on her. And he probably got his badge, but but I can't wait to learn more. So I'm still learning. And then I wondered if okay, I had a picture of I'm not sure if you showed it, my Bigfoot, my foot within a foot.
I
We
got
do have that. We do have
got
that.
I was
Yeah.
And another one you had, we actually had another one too that you'd sent a foot earlier, but we found a second.
So that's something I didn't know about either until I read your book, when it said, yeah, you said here that in your book on page 116, it said, always notice whether a predator Bigfoot track has multiple tracks in one of the larger tracks. And why is that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why, Al?
Because they try to hide they follow in each other's footsteps, literally.
Hide their numbers.
The same reason and also when we're out walking in the woods, we'll even do the same thing, try to walk within each other's steps so that we're not making extra noise. That ground's already been pressed down by the first one going through. So the second one's going to make a little less noise. And they survive by blending in, not standing out. So the less that they can leave any kind of imprint, the better.
Okay, and here's one, I think, Al, that talks. You mentioned here about being in a particular area that you were feeling. You said it felt dead and heavy and negative.
Yeah.
And so when I read that one, that's sort of like, it was only after reading your book. I had no idea what I had just walked into, something very similar. You say, or the book says that, here it says.
What page?
Page, you want the page?
No, it's okay. You're reading from the book. Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
Okay, it says, you say that forests that are infested with predators will feel and look darker and carry a different and negative energy.
Yes.
Right? And I remember that well. There will be a spiritually dark component to them. So dark, well, this is what I remember. I didn't realize it. I was hiking up in the backwoods there, and I was already an hour into it. So when I came across this, and I was still needing to go to where I wanted to go, and it was at this point, it's like, what, do I turn around and go back or what? But I do know when I got to this area, it was so dark, it just literally took my breath away as soon as I entered it, because it had that heavy dead feeling like you described, and it stopped in my tracks. But like, I didn't know what it was. and it was all quiet in there, and I was alone, and like I said, hiked for an hour. So I still had another 45 minutes to go. And so
Oh,
I wanted to keep on going, so I kept going. And it kind of like creeped my way in, and it was like the size of a block walking in. It was just so weird how everything was just so silent. And then once I got in, I did manage to get out, but like I had to give myself a pep talk and push my way through to get just through there. And I'm just thankful I'm, still here to talk about it now, knowing how disastrous it could have been. Stay away. Mind you, I had gone back again. I don't go up there that often, but when I did go back again, I didn't have that feeling. It was just that one time.
Yeah.
You didn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Is this what you was talking about on the photo?
No.
Oh. But we was going to show you that.
That one is my very first footprint that I found. And that was only like 10 minutes from the house in the woods.
But there's also, if you look, this is a bigger one inside that one.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that real good one is on top of the other one. You can see the little heel at the back. If you look at both heels, you're going to see another rounded heel over there.
Mm.
But I thought that was one you're talking about on track.
Mm.
Maybe the one up there that had you had all the indicators on it. That one.
This is one we was talking about.
Yeah. Then I have another one on dry ground.
Okay.
I don't think we have that. Do we have that one?
No, I don't think we got it.
Oh, I was sending pictures all the way up till I got here.
I know.
Well, and we're only allowed so many. But if you can get one on your phone, we can enlarge you on the screen, and you can just. If you would.
Oh yeah. If you got it on your screen, you can hold it up to the screen.
I'll try. Oh, okay. I probably once I sent it to you, I probably deleted them. But
was it the last one? Was it the? I'm not. There's a couple that came in right before the stream.
Yeah.
It was one of those.
Yeah.
Okay, let me look real fast.
And I said right on the subject line that it was a track within a track.
Okay, I've got that. Give me 1 second. Take me just a second. It's downloading.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all these things I didn't know to look for.
But you make us proud, Fern.
And you didn't know to look for, but look at the evidence that you've already found without knowing what to look for. It's wonderful.
I'm going to have to bear with me.
You're going to end up with your own channel or book.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Especially a book. You could write a book.
You're really a good writer.
And we would buy your book, Fern, if you...
We sure would. She said, ain't going to do it, but don't completely take it off the table because because the things that you're writing on a daily basis, you can just compile them and put them into a book.
And those stories,
you're already writing, you're already documenting. You're good at compiling.
Yeah. Okay, I think we got it.
Yeah.
Wow. And where is this one at?
Off a logging road.
Oh,
It's a footprint within a footprint.
You can, and even in the tracking course, we know about the weight, how deep it goes, how wide it is, the ridges, that wave that's being pushed up, and then we got that other one where we go track on track, and if people would actually even watch gorillas in a zoo, if you watch the gorillas, they'll go from big to little, and they'll all walk in the same steps. But it's the same thing. It's to hide numbers. And that grass that's already been stepped on is quiet now.
Yeah.
But if you step over here, you're crunching. Step over here, you're crunching. But if you step in the same spots, it's quiet. Yeah. And that's why we follow.
We try to walk in the same rhythm too, so that we're each putting one foot down. And like if you're tracking with someone else, that way you're not making two sets of footprints noises. If you're walking in the same rhythm, it sounds like one person. Mm-hmm. Same concept they do.
And you were also talking about when you'd be walking and then there'd be a giant tree limb would fall behind you.
Yes.
As you walked. That happened to me. I was taking a friend of mine out to one of my trails, and then out of nowhere, this big limb came, and it smacked her in the chest and broke a rib. She says,
"Oh no!"
For and she still talks about it a year later. She can still feel it.
Oh man.
She probably, and she won't go back there again. But
can't blame her.
This just happened a year ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was on. Well, actually, I was showing her. She had just moved here, and I was showing her the trail where I had my first encounter, where I had been chased out of the woods and all that. So, and I had been there hundreds of times, and nothing's ever happened. So, yeah.
Brett wanted to ask you a question.
Oh,
Brett, Fern, do they have the picture of several SAS of different sizes that you circled? That's one of your best. They were next to a large tree.
Oh, which one was that?
See what we mean? She has so many good ones. Like most people wouldn't have to think, which one was that?
Yeah, everybody else would be like, oh, that one? I'll see if he recognizes.
Do you have it, Brett? If you do, send it to her real quick. She'll have it and she can send it to us.
Yeah.
or she can hold it on the screen.
Oh, I know. Okay, so I guess, Jerry, you didn't get this picture either, right? I want to see if you can.
I'm going to make it big.
Hold on, we're going to enlarge the screen.
Oh, wow.
Twist down just a little.
Yeah, there you go.
So hang on, I've got the.
I see the two or. Yeah, I seen that one. Yeah, wow.
Oh, I got a glare somehow.
There's more than one in that photo, though.
Yeah, on the. Oh yeah, this one. There seems to be.
That one right in the middle, you can see his face. Well, actually, you can see the kind of the eyes of that one on the left, but that one right in the middle. Can you get that closer to the screen? Just straight in.
Which one?
Straight, right where you're at. Just keep going straight into your camera. There he is.
There it is.
You can see his nose, his cheek, the eye, and the rest is covered. But you can see for sure. And there's even some, it looks like there's a couple in there. There's eyes in there. And that big fluffy one or that big dark one that you were showing us too.
Yeah.
And there's no Bigfoot reports as far as, yeah, that one. Is that an ear?
Look at his hand. You can see his fingers.
Yeah. You can see his fingers.
Elbow. And
both hands, really. Those are big hands too. People don't realize how that their hands and their feet don't match the body. It's like huge hands and huge feet. But you can see the eyes on this one, the ears, the hands, fingers, elbow.
yeah.
And then how about the one that Red is talking about? Do you have it?
I don't know which one he's talking about.
Uh,
Um,
Rhett said that he would look for it also.
Oh, good, Red.
oh, good. And
Cuban
now
and more
the-
white eyes.
white eyes.
Yeah, with that one with the elbow and the hands.
Yeah.
You can see some eyes and a little ear right there. But yeah, you could actually see both hands.
And then they came to visit. I took my neighbor out to the logging road where, and then she phoned me up the next day and she said, can you run over here and check my car and check your car too? And then this is what she saw on her windshield.
Mm-hmm. They're greasy, that sticky, almost vernix type.
And larger than a regular hand.
Oh,
Yeah, that's my hand there trying to, and it was winter, fall. And she said, I guess she took the kids to school. She said, run and get a picture of it before it starts, the frost melts.
Yeah.
And then it was like all over her car.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And from where it was sitting, I think it was crouched down on the one side and peeking over and watching her house. Like, this is because I had woke up to the message from her. She said, go to my house as soon as possible. There's a handprint on the vehicle and take a picture before the sun melts it. And then she insisted I check my vehicle first, which I did because I thought, well, maybe, but I didn't have anything because we had just went exploring the woods 10 miles out of town the day before. And she had brought, she awoke to this, taking her twin boys to school, little 5-year-olds.
Uh-huh.
Then, so she said, like, so do you think they came to visit me? And so
like it.
From then on, unfortunately, they did, and they would come and visit her. And then the boys would say they were saying that they could see, they were up on the second floor and they would be peeking through the bedroom and they'd be scared. And they kept communicating with her and saying that they were going to take her. And she'd say, no, she's married. And then they said, well, we will take care of that. And then next thing you know, like they were communicating to her somehow. And then lo and behold, her husband got a dream. I don't know if he got a dream, and it was like they were confronting him and letting him know we're going to come and take her. Pretty well.
They'd already.
So the next day they went running to her church and had the church over to clean the house and all that and get rid of anything. So it was a nightmare for her.
Was that effective? Did that take care of the issue?
It did, yeah. She did everything.
All right. Oh, let's see if we get a thumbs up on the. I don't know if we can do it with one thing.
Oh, I guess we can't.
If we're
Trying to make fireworks for you, Fern.
We're trying to make fireworks. Hey!
So, and so,
Come on, Fern. Come on, Fern.
if it's just an ordinary wild creature, why would it go away? Because of prayer, in the same way that
Exactly.
exorcism or deliverance would go. That should tell anyone that, I mean, what more evidence do you need? But we're very glad they got away from those kids.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And this is your friend?
My neighbor.
Oh, same.
Her neighbor.
Neighborhood.
Little boys.
She hasn't been out in the woods since, so.
Don't blame her.
Yeah, a lot of people, once they get that first reality, They don't, and especially, and we hope that he didn't see the big one, because that would just, that's when people move to cities, you know, when they see the real big ones. But seeing the small ones are a little less. I mean, they're all dangerous, but people can handle those a little bit more easier. But we know a lot of people who won't go back in the woods after their first encounter.
Yeah.
But they're not trackers. They don't understand what's going on or what to do out there. So,
Or what to do about it if they see one.
we do recommend that. And
War Chief says divine intervention. Absolutely.
yeah, you gotta be.
Rhett says sorry, can't find it. It's okay. Put it on the on when you do find it, Fern, and you two can talk and figure out where it is and post it on your Facebook page and
You'll have to refresh my memory there, Rhett. And yeah.
Thank you for trying, though, Rhett. We appreciate
Going
it.
through hundreds myself today.
Me too.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I
was trying to every one of them. I was trying to see more and blow up more. So I spent a lot of time trying to get everything. Then when I went to go load it, it said I could only load like 60.
Yeah.
But I've got like 100.
You had a lot more.
It's just enough.
War Chief. No, let's see. Yeah, War Chief says, Fern, do you know of Steve Isdall there in British?
Yes, I do. Hey, War Chief. Actually, we were over at his. I was over at his place. We were invited for lunch, and
wow.
Yeah, I showed him a few pictures.
Oh, good.
Is that a H?
Does he seem like he actually knows what he's doing in regards to looking at them, or?
Well, he's totally. He is a hunter.
Yeah.
He's just a hunter, and then he's got his site howtohunt.com. He was, for some reason, came across he's had a few of his own sightings. He wrote a book, and he lives here in town, and so he has his radio or his broadcast every day where he reads people's emails,
right?
So,
but I'm wondering if he knows how to look for structures, or did you get to talk about? I don't know what pictures you showed him. Like, he's a hunter for regular wildlife, but he's not a Bigfoot hunter. He really doesn't even want anything to do with them. But I'm wondering if he recognizes when he's in the area of one.
I was.
If he knows bows and breaks and pull downs and tree line skirting, and which actually some of that we've never heard anybody else talk about. But
I don't think you get all that in the woods, though, do you? You got the bows, the arches, the X's.
It depends on the woods. Now, Barton today found all kinds of prints, but he says in their area they don't have a lot of the bows. Here it's just slap full. And so far, every state we've been to, areas that we've been to, the bows, the pull downs, the skirting, where they'll pull up the vines, pull down the vines, interweave, and all that. I was just wondering if he would recognize that so that he doesn't walk into some traps.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. War Chief said, Rhett wants you to know you're doing just great. And War Chief, we agree.
Yeah.
War Chief says, Jerry, I sent Steve Isdall the PDF of your book. Well, thank you for doing that, War Chief.
Oh, so you have someone to talk to over there, Fern.
If he read it.
Oh, yeah, if he read
it. Yeah. But even if he didn't, we thank you for trying, War Chief. Go ahead, continue with your stories.
I'm just going to check right now. Okay, this is the best part, because which is, your chapter here on there is cause for concern.
Yes.
And you mentioned, like, I talked about in the beginning how there was like, how did I even get them? You know, why were they coming after me? And then you've got the whole section. Like, to me, this is all saving. Your book is saving lives. You have that part about how we can deter a predator Bigfoot. And one way is not to allow it into your life and not allowing them a point of entry through your threshold by wood knocking, doing whooping calls and gifting foods and items and all that. And like you, I was doing all the above because that's what we were encouraged as the Bigfoot groups tell us.
Me too.
And yeah, I could relate to a lot of things you said.
You put
But
that.
I learned the hard way that predator Bigfoots are waiting for a threshold to open, either by invitation, by assent, or giving permission to enter. So we learned a lot of that in our tracker training that you recently did for us. So, and the book gives a very stern warning. Once you give access to a predator Bigfoot, it will not leave unless ordered by you and you alone. I thought that was interesting. And what is even more scary is that the book also warns that people can unknowingly give consent. And I guess that's was my big problem, was because how did they get hold of me? Because I didn't give consent. I considered myself, you know, Christian. But this was a perfect example because I just realized I was doing this physically and mentally because I was physically in the woods morning, noon, and night, searching for them and trying to initiate interaction. So basically, I was giving them an open invitation, which I didn't realize. And they accepted by giving me gifts with the rocks and the tracks and the flowers, right? So I didn't know that I was also mentally giving consent by thinking about them all the time, because it does become an obsession. So wherein they would gain access through either mind speak or dreams. Well, for me, which would later turn into nightmares too. So no wonder that book, you warn to keep your threshold strong. And that's the last chapter of your book. You give about, let's see, over about 100 different ways that we might be giving them permission and how they're waiting for opportunities to get into our life. You know, it might be quite innocent, but yeah, but for me, it was obsession with Bigfoot. As like I was in the woods morning, noon, and night looking for them. I started out as a skeptic, but got immediate verification from day one, and so I was hooked, right? And then so your book again warns, learn how to identify if you have any threshold breaks that need to be mended. And so the chapter ways predator Bigfoots attain ascent through open thresholds, and in conjurations or rituals. I mean, for me, one of the things, like, they all seem so innocent enough, like yoga. A lot of people do yoga and
They don't realize what those really are. You're right. That's a good example.
So this is all information I hadn't heard about before. I really appreciated, and all that was just a small sample about what is in your book. It was just like, you know, I consider you guys also like a life coach. You know, you're saving, you know, you helped me to turn things around for me. You're training too. You give us, you're helping us health-wise and to get better all over health and well-being. So I consider you my life coach.
Oh, we consider you a good friend, and just gave me chills too. That was wonderful.
We appreciate that. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you. We're glad we're helping. We really are. That's our goal, right there in a nutshell. And I could not ask for a better person to coach.
Yeah. Everyone in the course too. I mean, everyone's just friends really now.
Yeah. We've done a lot of bragging on you.
Yeah.
War Chief says, no, this is an excellent review. Thank you, War Chief. Oh, yeah, we may clip some out of this and do a short with it because we really appreciate it. And
Oh, Night Stars.
Night Star says, I agree, Fern.
And Night Stars, there's so many names, I don't know who we're talking to.
This is
I don't.
the one that
Okay, yeah, because sometimes it changes from Crackle Spat to Crackle Spot, Crackle. You know how the course is.
That's a future guest as well.
Good.
How does your neighbors feel about everything now? Are they talking to you, anybody, or are y'all getting? I know it's hard to talk to people who can't see them, or some people are fearful of this, or
just don't care,
or some of them just don't care. You know,
Yeah.
as long as they're not. But these things are sneaking up on their houses. People are making it easy access for them by not deterring. So these things are going to keep coming. So I just wondering about your neighbors, how if there's other activity with other neighbors, or if it's just
Just her. I think they just followed her home.
She's
Yeah.
never had trouble since then.
After Jesus.
No. Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's right, and that's also in the book.
Oh yeah, that too.
When we first started the conversation, you'd said something about seeing the shimmer. Is that something you saw with your naked eye, or did you catch
Yes,
it later?
This is what I found. Like, that's why I went running up to it. Like, I couldn't believe what I just saw. And what usually happens is you see something, you run up to it, and it's gone. But it was like still there. And it's just like, now what? I was so close, I could have put my hand in it. It was like, I don't know if it was a portal or not. But so it's like, I thought, it's like, now what do I do? So I went back to the car and got in. And then my friend, she said, step on the gas. She says she can see them coming behind us, chasing us.
Wow.
They were happy. So I couldn't see anything, but yeah.
Who's your? I mean,
Is this your neighbor friend?
No names, but is your
it-
friend like your cousin or?
She's native.
Okay.
She grew up on the reserve. So down on that reservation, she said everyone's seen them. Yeah, they're white ones down there, and lots of stories. Yeah.
Is she the one that had the broken ribs?
No. That was a friend of mine. She just moved to town, and we met, and we hit it off, and it, finally somebody I can go out in the woods with. But then things didn't turn out. She had to leave again, so I'm back by myself.
Well, a lot of people do leave if they get hit with something like they couldn't see, and it's time to go to the city.
What about driving around in your town behind restaurant dumpsters or hotels, or I don't know the situation there. If there's anything like that nearby, restaurants, anything with a dumpster and the smell of food and high voices, lots of activity.
Well, I think that they've got all the dumpsters locked up because of the homeless, maybe. You get lots of homeless down there.
Oh my goodness!
In
That's
our
free food
area,
for a Bigfoot.
No, but in
No,
other
not here.
past areas.
We do. So they have to lock everything up.
Okay. Yeah, heaven forbid a homeless should dig food out of a dumpster. That's
That people threw away.
I wish they just set the food outside the dumpster for the homeless, but then also it attracts the predators.
Oh, you didn't get to show them any of the rocks that I got?
We're gonna have to have you back on, Fern.
Give me 1 second.
More photos.
Give me 1 second, because what I'm doing is I'm deleting some photos and then I'm pulling up the other ones. So I'm kind of like rotating them up.
I have it here too, because
Okay.
it was Lorna's asking if I ever kept them. Well, unfortunately, I did because they were so beautiful. Oh, here's one. And this one, I can't believe. No, oh, just a minute. Lost it. Hang on.
And Bernard says Fern has a warm, loving feeling coming through. A great lady. She sure is, Bernard. And you know, on it, get the same feeling from you too, Bernard.
If only
That's
can
the lady
you see that?
part.
This rock has got, you can see the whole face, ears, eyes, mouth, chin.
Oh yeah.
It's like sculptured. And that
Where,
one,
where did they leave that?
just down the road, the trail I always take.
Well, I always take.
So is it left like you pass by and then it's there when you come back to go out?
It was there on my way in.
Waiting for you there.
Yeah. So I just couldn't believe it. Oh, this one, I got to show you this one. And this is one of my favorites. It's let's see, 1, 2, 3. It's 4 or 5 rocks, but they're all kind of interconnected. Let me, okay, here it is. If you can.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
If you could raise it up a little bit, we can also see that one that looks like your foot.
And I think if you tilt the top down just a tiny bit, it'll take that glare.
There we go.
It helps.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, interconnected right there.
Yeah.
So what that is was, to me, I was sick the day before. I was in bed sick. And so this is the same trail, and going by, it was right in the middle of the trail. And to me, that looks like that could be me laying down in bed.
Yeah.
With my head on this, let me see. Oops. No, the other way. Hang on. This would be my head.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And then it's interesting that they went to the trouble to find a little rock just like that, like my foot, because whenever I see something, I position my foot just so, to take a picture. And then this would be my body right there. And then that's my foot of my bed, right?
Wow. Fern, do you ever see bones out there?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, some interesting bones.
Any bone yards where there's a large collection of bones in one area or anything like that? Oh, that's a great picture.
Oh. Yeah, I just loaded a couple more. I had to delete some. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay.
And Lorna wants to know if those are quartz rocks.
No, I don't think so. No.
I was also looking at this one. Are you showing us the one that's standing behind you?
No, come on.
The black one that's seeing the eye around that corner?
That was such a. So hubby and I were out for the walk. It must have been a first snow, right? So we're running out there for the walk, and it's so beautiful out there. And the snow was so deep, and it was just like, it was more work than it was, if you know what I mean. It's not. I was exhausted, so I was just to see that little sitting place right there.
Real good sitting place, huh? Kind of like where you watch something like game go by or something. Or I looked at this one. I said, "Is Fern really wanting to show us how close is she?"
I had no idea.
Because like some of us, we'll get as close as we can, or take a selfie and take that picture over our shoulder. I was going, is Fern showing us how close she can get to these things?
She's just being a smart aleck now.
Yeah, she's just showing off now. She's like, I'm going to go take a picture right in front of them. Watch this. I see that, like, what is Fern doing? That's way too close.
I remember taking a picture one time. My sister texted me in the middle of the night. She's like, "That is way too close," but she had blown up a picture, and I didn't even know that it was right there. That's the one with the green eyes that have the slits in them. That was a photo that my sister noticed, but I didn't.
Well, it's funny because we never saw any tracks, so we didn't think they were around. So, but I guess if we're on the main trail and they're
trees or anything, yeah. What about smells out there? Do you ever smell anything?
Yeah, we had one time hubby and I were in the woods there on that trail, and as we started out, there was a smell, a pretty rank smell, but then we kept on going. I think it was the day I lost something. Oh, I know what. I think it was my bear horn, something silly like that. And so, or my cell phone, one or the other. So we had to go back and look for it, try to cover the trails that we went through. And so we stayed together, but we were separated, but we kept going. And because we were mushroom picking that day, earlier that day. So then, yeah, I must have put my cell phone down and forgot it. So we had to go back. It was a matter of having to go back to find it. And so, like I said, we got that smell and we kept on going. We hiked up the hill and we went through some trails. And then later when we came back, the smell was gone. And then when we got home, I asked, I don't say too much, but I asked him about that smell. And he said, yeah, it wasn't there when we came back. He said, but he was smelling it too. Like he would get a whiff of it. We were separated, but he would get a whiff of it too every once in a while.
Yeah.
So.
Wow.
Did you find your phone?
Yes.
Miracle.
Whenever we catch a smell like that, we stop and we start backing up slowly. It's like we're gonna find out what that smell is and where it comes from.
So where does your husband stand on all this? Does he understand too? Does he?
Oh, he knows. He knows they're out there. Let's see, and he actually, he hasn't seen much, but he did. We were out and in that same area out there, and he heard something. He's like, heard something like up the hill. And I was a bit ahead of him, and he stopped and looked up the hill. I says, what? He says, I heard something up there. Like, heard something. Yeah. But then nothing ever came of it.
You were talking earlier about when they were throwing stuff when you got chased out. Will you tell about that?
Yeah.
Will you give us more details?
More details on,
please.
What happened?
Oh, well, okay. There were 3 of us girls, and we had just met this person, and she had come over the night before, and her and her husband, they were talking about being on this trail, and there was something there. They've had encounters before. They told us all about their Bigfoot encounters. So I believed them. I says, oh, okay. And so the next day she says, she says, you want to go for a hike? I said, sure. I said, take us where you had this happening. Right? And she like, oh, okay. So she out there, and it was only, and it was behind the town. You got the farming, and then you've got the trail at the base of the mountain. And it's only 30 minutes in that they had this encounter, and they could hear it coming down the mountainside. They had it about 2 or 3 times. It would happen when they got to a point, they would hear it coming, heavy-footed, coming down toward them. So anyhow, okay, never seen Bigfoot in my life. I want to, I didn't believe her, oh yeah, sure. Mm-hmm. So we head out there, and it was a beautiful fall day, and it's a common family trail, and there'd be horses, there would be kids on bikes sometimes. It was just a very friendly trail, and the trees would overhang, and so in the fall it looked beautiful, the beautiful colors. And so we got there, we got to that 30-minute mark, and nothing happened. And the whole time that we were walking, the two of them, we were either in front of me or way behind me. Oh, they'd be way in front of me. We would switch. And then it was at that time when we didn't have cell phones. And I had my camera, but I only had like 3 or 4 shots left in it. And I was hanging on to it for dear life, keeping it in case I did see the big one and I want to get a picture. So I'm walking along, and they would stop and they would crouch down low and they would be listening. Did you hear that? Did you see that? And it's just like, I'm thinking overactive imagination. There's nothing here. And so then I headed them. I got tired of waiting for them. I kept going. And then I saw this, I got stuck. I saw a tree, and then the bark was peeled like halfway up the tree. It was like, how did that bark get peeled way up there? And so I was staring at it, debating, should I get a picture or not? Wondered if Mr. Bindernackel would like me to get a picture. And so then they walked past me. And so then we were separated. I was the last one. And then the two of them got separated. One kept going further ahead. And then all of a sudden, this is why I didn't say too much, because there was this huge bottle blowing sound. Huge. And
What sound?
Hmm?
What kind of sound?
A bottle blowing. Like
Oh,
somebody
gotcha.
and they were blowing.
Yeah.
And
Like a jug band.
yeah. But one long tone. It was long, right? The lungs on this thing made it. There was no wind. And then so here we all stop in our tracks. So there's me, and then there's her further ahead, and then there's her further ahead. And so we all stopped. It's like, did you hear that? You know, like,
Oh yeah.
and then we heard it like from the left side of the trail. So the farmer's side, and the farmer's side had already gone. There's no more farms. We were out in the woods now. So then it's like, okay, now what do we do? So I turned and I whipped around to start walking backwards, and they thought I was leaving them. I said, no, because I knew what it was, an intimidation display. I remember just reading it in Mr. Bindernackel's book, and he said, so body language, tell them by body language that we're leaving, right? So they don't have to. And so then they didn't know any of this, so I'm walking slowly. And so then all of a sudden, then this, which was weird because all the sound was coming from the mountainside all of a sudden. And that's when the crashing and the breaking trees, and we never saw anything, but we heard it, and it was like loud in your face. And then as I got closer and closer to as soon as I hit the farming area, the pasture, I just like relaxed, like my shoulders went down, and I was able to catch my breath again and breathe. And then like at that very instant, as if to say, you're not out of the woods yet, this huge tree right like beside me, I swear it would have fallen over me. Like I had my hands over my head. It's just like, and then they remember me doing that too. But it continued on until we pretty well got to the car. So, and I've searched for years to see if anybody else has had that. We heard that bottle blowing again, like I said, up in the same woods that are behind our place. This area was way over on the other side of town, totally different. But we have heard it on our side of town. Also, I did some research, and I know there was a gentleman up island who also talked about this bottle blowing. So It's very rare, but it does happen.
Interesting. We're going to have to add that to our list of sounds, like a jug band, bottle boom.
Okay.
We'll have to add
Yeah.
that. That's the first time we've heard that description.
I don't tell too many people because it's just too weird, too way out there.
You tell whatever you want to on this
Oh,
channel.
here, yeah, this
lady.
channel, everybody knows what you're talking about.
And the chat will be very supportive.
Okay.
Would you say that's would you say that was the most frightening experience, or of all of these, which one was the most intense for you?
Oh, I never even talked about when I was hit by infrasound or stench blasted.
Go ahead.
Yeah, people
Down
need
the road. I was let's see, like I said, it's only 10 minutes away. I get down to the trail. I just barely get out of my car, and the stench was so strong. I was by myself. It was so strong. You know, that strong smell, and so like skunk and all that stuff. And I think I was hit by infrasound too, because I felt real sick. And then I get in the car, and it's in the car. The smell is in the car with me, and I'm going, oh no, hubby's going to kill me. I get home and had my sister there, and I said to her, here, smell me, smell my arm. Do you smell anything? Because I could smell it all over me, right? But she couldn't. So I don't know if it was like,
It got in your nostrils,
Yeah.
but not on you.
that would be it. Yeah. And so then I was so sick, and I was just like done. I went to lay down, and I was so like with my heart, and I don't have heart problems at that time. I was fine, but I was so sick, and I thought I was going to die, and I just like, this is going to be the end. I remember getting up and giving my medical card to my husband. He was on the computer. I said, here, hang on to this in case I need an ambulance later. And just like, I thought this was it. And then I still feeling it the next day. We went out for another hike, and we had the dog with us, and the dog stayed by me, and I was just like pretty well curled up on the ground, just loving the fresh air. You know, I needed to get out. But yeah, that was my infrasound. Yeah, but you know, that would have been the scariest thing, I think. Yeah.
Wow.
Have you ever had any missing time or just disorientation out there? Like, you remember you read in the book?
Yeah, I was going to read that part. You talked about it, and oh yeah, this is kind of stupid, but yeah, down the road, like I said, on the edge of town, and then there's a ravine, and then there's the road. So we hadn't been down, me and a friend, we hadn't been down that ravine before. We've been to parts of it. Well, let's go down and explore. You can't get lost because the town is right there. This road is right there. We're in the middle. How can you get lost? Okay.
Let's go.
Get out of there. So what you said made sense, you know, like, yeah, I hadn't thought about it. Yeah. And there was another time, me and a girlfriend of ours, we loved to go mushroom picking, and we were way out, and picking mushrooms and staying close to the road. But then I don't know how we got turned around, and we thought we were heading back to the car. We were actually heading further away.
Exactly.
Just like, how did that happen?
Yep. I hear you. I feel you. Oh, I had a question a second ago.
And they will do that to disorientate you, get you into the woods, get you going the wrong direction, get lost.
How did you stop the nightmares?
Well, like you said, to follow, you know, making sure that there's no thresholds, that threshold at that time was probably because I was obsessing with them and,
Okay.
yeah.
And no dreaming.
No dreaming, you say. That's hard to do. And
It is. It is. It is. It takes practice.
and then you said prayer overnight to, first,
Have you ever had them come to your house and tap or knock or try to
no,
windows or anything like that at the house since you're only 10 minutes away, or but that's by car?
no,
Okay.
Good.
yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Glad to hear that. And then water areas. You had said earlier you were going to a waterfall, or I mean, have you had anything happen? Or is there a lot of water areas?
We do. There's lots. There is another waterfall about 10 minutes away with a cave.
Nice.
Don't go.
That's
Don't
what
go.
we
Don't
talk
go.
about
Don't
in
go.
book.
Did you go,
More
Fern?
people are missing from there. Yeah. Tell us about that. Or
We're so close, and I wanted to go check out the cave.
I get it. I
No.
get it.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a creek in between. So our trail was on one side, the cave was on the other side, but there was like no way to get over there. And, unless you walked all the way to the end of the creek and then walked across and then came up that way.
Or
You
found
know, it was just too hard. Yeah.
And that's where they put those things.
So you didn't get back in there to the cave.
Huh?
You
So
never
you did
went.
not go back. You didn't get over there to it.
Oh,
Good.
it's a nice walk. I mean, I could go there any day, maybe just go see it's there and then leave. It's
With somebody,
A telescoping lens on your
long
camera.
distance photography,
A drone.
drone.
It's kind of funny at that creek when I was there one day. A friend of mine just moved to town and she's a rock collector. And so I thought, oh, I know where a creek is. So I went down the creek and I was my head down because I'm looking for rocks for her. And then I didn't realize further up to where that cave was, but further up that direction, a bear was coming down the hill. And he's coming down the hill and I'm coming, we're going to intersect at one point down at the creek. Once he gets to the creek, I'm at the creek. And so sure enough, I look up and he didn't see me, I didn't see him. And we were like pretty well nose to nose.
Oh
Right.
no!
And then I took off back and then he just sauntered across the creek and he kept on going. Just like, I turned around and he's like, I thought you were chasing. But he couldn't care less.
Good.
Good.
He wasn't that hungry.
We're at almost 3 hours and it has flown by, but we're not in a hurry. If there's anything else you want to talk about.
Yeah, we're usually here for 4 or 5 hours.
People can watch it in a couple different parts if they need to.
Yeah.
Oh, they could. Yeah, because you're going to tape it and then they can watch it again.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I'm just trying to find that picture. Darn it.
Which one was it? Did you send it to us, or
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
which one was it?
Well, check the latter ones.
Is it
some-
titled?
Hmm?
Is it titled? Did you write?
No, I can't remember. It would be the last one, maybe.
I think the last one was the handprint.
Oh, okay. So then the one before that.
Okay.
It says I go up and down this trail, that one.
Oh, that's the. I'll download that one too. That's the one that you put up to the screen with the 2.
Right.
That was the one before, and then there's one that says another track within a track. Okay, we did that one.
Oh, no, you haven't. Nope. That's a different. Oh, no, we did. That's right. Yeah.
And
Okay.
then
Well, that must be.
there's looks like a dark track that you sent. And the new track, the new grass one.
Okay, so I guess I caught up.
Yeah, I don't see it. Not unless you sent it in like a messenger or something.
No.
Okay. Yeah, the last one was the handprint.
Oh. I don't know if you can see these guys. That's.
Let me
We'll put it on. And then tilt the top of your phone
Oh,
down
yeah,
just a
yeah.
tiny bit. Oh, no, that looks pretty good.
I seen that, but those bears, right?
Just baby, yeah, cubs.
Cubs, yeah.
Oh.
Hiking, and I've never seen them so tiny.
Did you have your air horn with you the day, or your?
Well, you know what happened there. So with me and hubby, and I usually have the pack with everything, and then, but he needed the clippers because he was clearing the trail. We're doing this trail that wasn't used much, and so he got held up. He's usually ahead of me, right? I'm usually catching up to him, but he was way behind me at that time. And so I was ahead, just enjoying the walk. And then I seen the two cubs, and they were about to cross in front of me. Then I screamed to hubby. I said, "Hey, what did I say? I said something, but I got no reaction. Finally, I said bear, and then he came running up. So because he had everything, all the stuff, but then Mama Bear had taken charge, and she just called the bears up the tree. I never had that happen before. So now then the trail takes a turn and it goes right around that tree, and I was like, oh no, are we going to run into Mama Bear now? It's just like it was. We had to hold our breath for that, but they kind of just. She kind of just let us go. Didn't see her, but yeah.
Oh.
Good.
It was exciting.
Yeah, if those cubs are around, she's around somewhere.
Yeah. I know what else there was. Remember, speaking of translucence, there was that picture that I didn't know. Actually, I had taken a picture, and I've been hanging on to it for a few years. I didn't know what it was. And then I sent it to you, and you even replied to it that it was a translucent and an invisible cloaking. It would be recent, like today or.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that real fast.
I'll try to find it too. It was. I was just. It all made sense now. I didn't know what it was before. I just thought maybe there was something wrong with the camera. Why was it doing this up the tree in just that one spot? I've got to find it.
What about the lingering fogs, unnatural fogs, or anything like that? Any experiences with that? Okay, good.
No, I like fog, but no.
He's looking through the photos.
And
when it comes to mind, you can talk about.
Okay. So Lorna was asking if I kept those rocks. Well, yes, I have, but now I guess I should best let go of them, right? All the gifts that they had.
Go throw them at a Bigfoot.
Oh, I found it. Here, Jerry, I found it. Oops, hang on. Or maybe, I don't know if you showed it. Hang on. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Good night, Sly Dog.
Oh, good night. If you can see that, it's not part of the tree. It doesn't belong.
Oh, it's got a glare.
Yeah, let me.
Right, it's sort of invisible.
Yeah,
we can put it up. Boy, that's a nice bow you found there.
Yeah, you can. I mean, we can see it, but I'm sure that
Can you guys see what she's showing?
I could post it on site if anybody wants. Now that I know what it is. I didn't know what that was. And that would have been right beside that track.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It was in a campground that was only like 2 camping spots. Very tiny. Yeah.
But I did see that one. I was trying to.
Okay, let's see. And this one was interesting too, where I call it the artwork. They had a rock and they somehow
Scratched with another rock.
Yeah. Oh.
Uh-huh.
Just
You have a great eye, Fern.
Oh, here's me in the fog. Oh, my battery's dying. Oops, hang on a second.
I was just about to show that picture too.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going through these photos and I'm deleting some so I can make room.
He's adding a few.
Plug myself in here because I'm dying. Or my tablet
Okay.
is
It's tapping. Anyway, Linda says early day tomorrow. Good night, Linda.
Oh,
She
good
says,
night.
great presentation and informative.
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you want me to put those up?
Scott, yeah, we'll catch up on the comments real quick so we can tell people bye. Let's see. Sly Dog says, good night all. Great show.
Oh, he sees it. Yeah.
Yeah, in the Southpaw says that she sees it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Linda says early day tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Great presentation and informative. Oh, let me go. I'm gonna highlight it.
I'm still looking for that.
Tracker M is back with us again tonight. Says,
hey, Tracker M.
Great photos, Fern.
They are. They're amazing photos.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Cuba said, good night, Linda, and pray we must.
Yeah.
Fern, could I email you my encounter? Steve is the first person that I emailed about my encounter.
Oh, okay. I'd love it. Yeah.
And you can also, if you haven't seen it, his encounter is also on our channel where we did an interview with him as well. And I think if you look in the lead Tracker E page, I'm trying to pull out all the interviews, and Tracker B, if you're still in here too, I can't find the ones that you did. So if you know them, I want to get those in that playlist too. But anyway, in the lead Tracker E channel, I pulled out a playlist of interviews, and I know War Chiefs is in there. Lorna says, Fern, love listening to your experiences. Keep your armor on. Be safe.
Okay, what armor was that?
Your spiritual armor. Keep your armor of God on.
Yes, Ephesians, right?
That's right, Ephesians 6.
Hey.
Lorna says, good night, Linda.
Okay, so Lorna, you were saying, was it about the armor?
Yes.
Okay. Also, something that you mentioned, Al, what I really appreciate was singing hymns and whatnot.
Yeah. Because you can get scrambled. I've been scrambled out there, back when I was just by myself tracking and learning. And there was times when I would try to say the Lord's Prayer because I was getting scared. I knew it was getting heavy. I was getting scared. And I just I could get a few words in and then I couldn't remember the rest, even though I've said it so many times. But the hymns, for some reason, that melody was easier for my brain to remember and to stay singing, and it works the same. So that helps. let's see. War Chief had said goodnight, Linda, and Cube says, Fern, I'm absolutely gobsmacked. What great and numerous photos.
I know. There's
Yeah.
you make the best researchers. You put them to
Yeah.
shame with just.
Jody says, good night, Sly Dog. Good night, Linda. Cube says, good night, Lorna. I think Lorna's still here, but Linda left. Jody says, Fern, you are a terrific guest. Thank you for sharing. We agree. Okay, we're caught up on.
You're nervous about coming out.
Oh, you couldn't have done better. You couldn't have done better. Is there anything else that? Oh, he's got those pictures loaded or what?
Oh, I know you said one that says my first translucent.
That might have been it. That I just showed. I found it.
Oh, you found?
But no,
Oh,
you
he was
He was going to try to find it so we could put it up without a glare, though.
Yes, yeah. That's it.
Okay, give me one.
Have you found
Got it. I found it.
3-toe prints or alternate number toe prints?
3, yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Can see it much better. He's fixing to load this photo.
Yeah, I had no idea what that picture was. I was about to delete it years ago. I thought, what is this thing doing here?
Yeah,
This
it's
is a
just,
great example. We need to get like a little watermark on your photos or something, because they're great examples and we'd like to use them, but we don't want to get confused of who, whose are whose. And so
look at this one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let me take that comment off. Sorry. There we go. Yeah, that's a translucent. You can see the face, everything, the body. Trying to see if there's 2 there because they like to bunch up.
Aren't the email addresses in the like in the Patreon?
Oh yeah,
in the tracker class.
Yeah, in the tracker class. Yeah.
War Chief, if you go like in the tracker class thing, the group messages, her email address should be in there. And let us know if you don't have it, and then we'll go find it and everything. But you can get it there.
Or you can look me up on Messenger. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's in Facebook too. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Idea. Okay, we're fixing to show a few more photos.
Yeah. Let me.
Oh, we haven't even given anybody a break or anything.
Oh yeah.
They don't need no break.
They don't need no stinking break.
But here's also another translucent one that you sent in. Let me.
I did.
Yeah, and I want to. I'll pull it up.
War Chief says we're just too mean. War Chief's calling us mean.
No break.
It's like no breaks for anybody.
Cubinator says, lead tracker E, we're trackers. We don't need no break. That's right.
That's right.
That's
we
right.
Don't. We keep
but
going.
I'm going to step over here for just a second.
Yeah. We'll take a nap. We'll be right back. Let's see. I got to take a couple off so I can add some more.
The photos are just too good.
I'll keep that one for now.
Okay.
And anything, go through your notes too there, and if there's anything else that you wanted to cover that we didn't get covered.
Oh, here's that.
More. I'm trying to find.
Okay, here's that one close up that was behind you in the snow. I think I got a better one. Can you see that better?
Yeah. The long nose.
Yeah, that's that one that was behind you at that where that sign was.
Oh yeah.
that one up.
I go up there all the time by myself. So
And this one too.
yeah, that's the rock.
You can see
Yeah.
how it's carved out, and they do that. You'll find stones like that all over the place. They do their own kind of carving of,
Yeah.
Oh,
and that
really?
right.
Yeah.
So
And this one, I did the circle, but you did the red one, and you can see that's a big translucent face right there that you circled.
I wasn't sure if that was a cloud or what.
Yeah, we have a sign that we say it looks misty, but it's these creatures. But there's also one I circled in the white.
Okay, but
That
then
was-
I sent you 2 pictures, one blank with no circle.
Yeah.
I don't think we loaded that one.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
War Chief says, I ain't scared, bring it on.
What a tracking team, I tell you. Tracking teams always trying to outdo each other. I don't know why.
Oh, I
Well,
should send you this one. Oops, I lost it.
And that thumbnail for the cover photo, that footprint, boy, that was a heavy one, wasn't it? That was a great footprint. The one we used for this, to set up this stream.
Oh, the heavy one. Yeah, I wonder if we even. I know I got it. Because we use it for the thing.
Yeah, that was excellent. He's trying to hurry.
I'm going fast as I can.
You see anything else there in your notes, Fern, that we
Okay,
have
let's see.
covered?
Okay, I'm going to go through, making sure I covered everything. Yeah, we talked about the stocking blinds outside the children's play areas already.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, that was, I totally lost that picture. Remember you talked about how predator Bigfoots don't have to be 10 feet tall. Some of them are just 1 foot high and show up as a dark spot at the base of trees.
Yeah.
Sent you a picture, and I don't know where I posted it. It's not on my Facebook. It's not, I checked through all the sites, but you mentioned how right away you could see them at the base of the tree, and I didn't know there was such a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Shake the feeling. And there was something new, and I'm trying to find that one. It was, I was down the road checking something out, and then when I got back to the car, there was an X by my wheel, but I don't know if it was there before or not.
Ever seen any drop-in pops or the
No.
lands found anything like that yet?
Actually, not me, but my friends, they talk about, a couple of them have mentioned, and it didn't make sense for me at the time. They told me that there would be a big log that they'd have to climb over to get to the other side, and on the other side would be a hole.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Like, oh, good thing I saw that, or I would have slipped right down in
Yeah.
a deep hole. Yeah.
Yeah. Is this the print you're talking about here?
Okay, so that was right next to where the translucent was. That was in the campground. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That one's a
It's
heavy,
a heavy
one.
one. You are not even making a dent in that grass.
I know.
Ah. Wow.
Yeah, it's yeah, you can tell you're just on top of the ground and that thing's deep in it.
Mm,
And there's that outside pinky toe. You see how it's pushing out?
yeah.
That's what we look for.
Mm.
Yeah.
Did you get everything covered? Did you get out everything you wanted to, Fern?
I did, yes. So we can
Well,
close
you're absolutely amazing.
Wow.
We love you. We couldn't be more impressed.
I want to show just a couple quick photos again of your photos, because if anybody just joined or anything, we want to show how these things are right. And Fern has got photos of these things. Let's see. I'm not sure what this one is. Oh, that one's
my favorite.
I'm kind of in between, because I like this one and I like this one. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry.
Well, that's a good one.
And this one. But that one was a good one too.
Yeah,
That one. Go ahead.
Yeah, the baby one, I had it as my profile picture for a long time.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
That's a great photo.
Yeah.
Fern, you have the greatest photos.
Oh.
And here's a couple of more. This is in that was behind you up on that.
That's the one you're calling the baby one?
Oh no, the baby one is this one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But this one was that one that was behind you.
Wow.
Or you was taking that picture there.
Oh.
That's the close-up.
You were posed so pretty there with that predator gazing upon you.
And then we got this one.
I couldn't believe that one.
One too.
That's a really good one too. Let me get this one. The thing's looking around a tree. This is the distance one.
Mm-hmm.
Then we blow it up. And you've got some amazing photos. You got all the if your neighbors don't believe anybody, just have them come over and look at those photos, or even just say watch this stream. You know, if you want to see some things that might be around here, you don't have to force them to do it. Just say, here you go, here's the stream. If you want to look, you can.
Let's run through these comments.
Oh, okay.
We can start with track.
And if anybody has any questions for Fern, now would be that time.
Now get them in there.
Oh, this is
go down.
Okay.
To Tracker M.
Okay.
Because I read those. I was going through them.
Okay. Okay. But I want to highlight that one right there.
Okay.
Says Fern, you're a terrific guest. Thank you for sharing. Wow. And this
you got to get War Chief there.
Oh yeah.
Saying we're too mean.
We're not mean.
And you got to get Cube sounding tough.
He said, we don't need no break. And then War Chief said,
well, I'm tougher than Cube.
He said, bring it on. And what was this one with
and then Fern says, Tracker M says, Fern, you are a brave and courageous warrior. We need trackers like you.
Sure do.
Thank you for helping with the education of awareness about these creatures. And you work hard. Like you're in Facebook, you're always pulling excerpts from our book or pointing people to pages in our book and applying them to what you've seen and experienced yourself. And we really appreciate that. You're an awesome ally.
And War Chief, Fern is on Messenger. Y'all can connect that way. But in the tracker training course, it may be listed there, the email. But
we can connect there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Email then or Messenger.
Well, Lorna said, awesome show. Mary said, great lady, great show. Night, night. Good night, Mary.
And I like this one right here.
War Chief says, I can't remember seeing a better interview
Me either.
ever. And this man has seen a lot of interviews.
And his game interviews.
And his own interviews.
You got some of the most
You couldn't have got higher
amazing
praise than
photos.
that.
We're making a lot of noise in here.
Exactly. Hey, we need to.
No,
hey,
we're-
no.
Oh.
Hey, on this.
That's for you. That's for you.
War Chief says, good night, Mary.
Oh, Mary's heading out.
Graybeard says, troll under the bridge.
Yeah, let me actually get that one real fast. Yep, troll under the bridge.
Yep.
That back bridge, top
Yep.
right.
Yep.
That's where they will be.
Perfect, Graybeard.
Good job, Graybeard.
I had no idea it was there.
A lot of people don't, and they're so sneaky, I guess you would say, or evasive. Let's say that.
Cunning. Cubinator says, Fern, you're so awesome. Definitely the best interview.
I know. I love this one.
But saying that, all the interviews are excellent.
Yeah, all the
We
interviews
agree.
are excellent.
Yeah, every
Did you
single.
get this one here, this footprint?
Fern said, I ain't done. Y'all just wait. Hold on.
I still got prayers. I got.
We're just going to have Fern back. Yeah, we can see it, Fern.
Yeah. I may be able to. I've seen that one.
Can you tilt the top down just a tiny bit of your phone? Does that help? You're getting too close now. That's pretty good.
Yeah. I know I got that one too. I feel pressured.
No, it's okay.
No. So anyhow,
Okay, it's okay.
I'm just trying to.
show pictures all night. So
Good.
So Mary said good night, all.
huh.
We'll go through a few more
Oh.
comments.
Oh, so that was the bridge picture. That was the full. This was the full one
Okay.
there. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you were just out there having a good time.
no idea.
Sashaying around and looking beautiful.
Doing your thing, and next thing you know,
Geez.
these things are.
And he thought so too.
Yeah, I couldn't find that one.
Let's go.
Uh-huh.
JR in the room.
Oh,
JR says got here late. We'll definitely watch replay. Yeah, you don't want to miss it.
Yeah, you've got to see this, JR. The photos are amazing. Some of the best we've seen.
Yeah.
And if there's a skeptic, they need to watch this.
And y'all share this out too, please. And if you haven't hit like and sub and all that, please do that. You know how it goes. Cube says, hey, JR, we're glad you're here.
Oh, everybody's War Chief.
Southpaw says, great show. Thank you, Fern.
Wow, yes. This awesome show.
Graybeard says, thanks for coming on, Fern, and sharing your photos and story.
Mm-hmm.
War Chief says, love you all, my friends and warriors. We love you too. Cube says, thank you so much for sharing your great story, Fern, and likewise, War Chief.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have something else you wanted to show, Fern? Or are you
No,
good?
I couldn't find it. So
Oh,
Okay, I was like looking for stuff too.
Well, we're at 3 hours and 24 minutes. And
oh,
Really?
it went so fast.
Like,
Thank you. You're an amazing guest. You're an amazing tracker candidate. You know,
oh,
amazing researcher. Even though you don't claim any of that, you just don't even know the gifts that you have.
Mhm.
So,
Is there any thing you'd like to tell
Final
the
words?
viewers? Because a lot of people aren't advanced as you, and you also had to come up a certain way. If there's anything you'd like to maybe even suggest to people or something, or just whatever you might want to.
well, I thought I had pretty well knew it all with all the books that I have got, and and everything that I've researched. But you have so much in your book, so much that you can't find anywhere else, and it answers all my questions.
Good. And
Yeah.
we're thankful. Thank God for
Wow.
that too. We're very, very thankful. We want to keep you around a long time.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. We appreciate
there's
your,
so many
just
great-
the way you're so encouraging to us.
And we're so happy we found you.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and say,
Okay.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Father, we thank you for Fern. We thank you for the supportive group that's here. We thank you for all these wonderful people. We thank you that you have protected this brave explorer all this time, and we trust that you'll continue to do so, Lord. Bless everyone tonight, and just get everyone a good night's rest, unless they're just waking up on the other side of the world. And bless them, and even the ones over. Okay, I'm just gonna say good night, Lord. We love you too. Good night, everyone. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
That was it. All right. Let's see. A couple more comments.
Yeah, that's
So can't wait for your next book to come out.
Oh, we're excited about it.
Is it coming soon?
We keep thinking so, and then we think of other things to add. So
they were like, well, people need to know this needs a little bit more detail. And
pretty soon. Pretty soon. We're doing our best.
Let's see. Shauna
says, thank you, Fern. You're amazing.
Very, very amazing.
Cube says, LOL, lead tracker E. I think he's laughing at my prayer.
I think he was like, them too.
War Chief says, amen. Shauna says, amen. Tracker M says, good night, everyone. Stay focused. Absolutely. I think he's talking to me.
Oh.
Okay. Lorna says, everyone have a great night. Loved you all. Cube says, amen. Lorna says, amen. And Southpaw says, amen. Good night, all.
Oh, wow.
So,
I know. What's the
any
day?
announcements for the next? Let's see. Who is next? Is tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Our guest tomorrow night is going to give us their name.
It might be Hay
tomorrow. Might be
Hay
Bell.
Their name might be Hay Bell if they don't come up with something better.
Yeah, we was gonna. It's just a conversation we had. But tomorrow night, 7:00, we're going.
Another great interview.
We're going to the farm. There's going to be some. Looks to us like there's a lot of activity. We got some photos of that.
Eastern United States.
And some prints that are out that we need to discuss and help deter.
Yeah. So
Fern, we can't
join us again.
We can't thank you enough for sharing
everything.
All. We didn't even know you had this much information, this much the great photos and everything that you got, and the information with the stories that you were sharing. We didn't expect this much.
Fern, with all the versions of hairdos that we've seen, I love this hairdo on you. They're all cute on you, but I think this is my favorite. Looks good.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see.
Couple more comments.
Shauna's saying good night to everybody. Bernard is saying thanks for the great show. Thank you, Fern.
Thank you, Bernard, and get a hold of us.
Yeah, about that.
Cube says good night, all. No dreaming. That's right.
No dreaming. That's right.
War Chief says adios. Now he's throwing in another language too. Cube says good night, War Chief. Cube says looking forward to tomorrow's interview.
Yes.
War Chief says thumbs up, Cube. And Jody says good night, all. Good morning, Cube. There you go.
Wow.
God bless you all, and good night, warriors.
Thank you so much again, Fern. We'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully, but definitely in the tracker course.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fern.
Yeah.
And to everyone that was in the chat with us, thank you guys too, and those that supported the channel tonight.
Oh yeah,
financially.
Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you. Let it multiply back to you, over and over.
Looks like we got a couple of more. It says, "Sweet dreams."
They're going to keep going.
Cubinator really enjoyed your interview as well. Yes. Cubinator says, "Night all." JR says, "No dreams." That's correct. No dreams. Keep that threshold closed. And thanks, Bernard, for your information. We want to thank everybody for tonight. We want to thank Fern from the bottom of our hearts, because that was a lot of photos that people says there's no good photos. These are perfect photos for anyone. There is confirmation, and everybody knows now. We appreciate everyone for being here with us tonight. We're going to go ahead and close up, and we're going to get ready for tomorrow night. Another great guest coming on. A lot of activity happening. We're going to discuss, but this person also has a book and has been using the techniques. So those are the people we are very comfortable with, as far as like Fern tonight. We would have to go into, okay, you're going to have to deter like this. You need to do this. You got to do this. We need to do this. We may even come see you, but even though Fern's too far.
Already knows.
But Fern already knows what to do. She's been doing it and using that book to help not just her, but her family and her friends. She's someone you can count on. Her family can count on her. We can count on her. You can trust Fern. She's a great person. So,
and to Rat, Fern's friend, thank you for coming in here and supporting her tonight too.
Thank you, Rat.
Everybody run.
I like that name.
You're going to get to go to the restroom. Do it now, because I got to go.
Okay. I think she was saying, okay.
I'm going to give you all permission to go to the restroom.
Okay. So everyone have a great night. Good night, Warriors. We appreciate everything, and we're so happy you're here with us tomorrow night, 7:00 p.m. Another guest with more information. And thank you again, Fern. There was so much information you shared with everybody. So everybody have a good night. Good night, Warriors.
Are we moving?
So beautiful.
Are we moving?
So weird. The effect's not quite the same on film. So we're on our way in a snowstorm to go try to find someone that's lost in the woods. You'll say a prayer.